And we're back here once again with another episode of the MSK show. And this is going to be episode 249. So I hope you guys had a great day and I hope you guys have a great rest of your week that is ahead of you. And in this episode of the MSK show, we are going to be only covering one topic: short, quick, easy, and straight to the point, like all of our conversations usually are. But before we get into that, we have our usual kind of guy, bromance thing going on here. I'm the top G, the Riz Master, with all the money, the cars, and the women. And then I just have these guys here who are just the biggest clout chasers on the internet who love me. My panelists.
That's right.
God. But all jokes aside, hope you guys are having a really good week. I know it's Wednesday. It's that midpoint of the week where things are kind of like in that awkward kind of stage. You're like close to the weekend, but you're not really there. You're just out of the Monday, Tuesday kind of funk. You're probably just in that point where you're waiting for payday. You haven't got paid yet. $40 till payday broke kind of thing. But it's okay. Top G MSK will be here to make you guys really, really happy. But we'll do intros really quickly, and then we'll get into the topic here in just a moment. We're not going to go that long for the panel show tonight, just like an hour and some change, because I already did a long show with me and Professor Savage Dad. And moving forward, because he just told me this, I think, in our DMs a few days ago, and obviously on the show that we just did tonight for Wednesday of this week, currently right now when I'm doing this episode of the MSK show, we're probably going to have to move our show to another day. I don't know what day it is going to be yet, but we'll figure that out when he lets me know what his schedule is looking like. And as you guys know, I'm a very flexible man. So that means if we're not going to have the show with me and Savage Shot on Wednesdays, that means we can start our panel show earlier. So that means we can have more time with Gray Poupe. Isn't that just great? More time with Gray, just to give him hugs and
you're
love.
Gonna show off your flexibility?
All right, so Gray, how was your week, man? You doing good? Feeling better?
It's been a weird week, but it's hump day. It's halfway over. We're over that hump. So it's good.
Yeah.
Not weird bad, just weird.
You're also in a different dimension now. You're usually in smoke. Now you're traveling through the Sahara Desert.
Smoke was involved. But this is my chill nighttime. Night at the Palms.
You're going to
We just
Palm
need some
Springs.
synthwave music playing, it'd be perfect.
Oh yeah.
Lunchbox Warren, how you doing, man? How was your week so far?
Doing good, and today's my first day off. I get today, Thursday, and Friday off, so I'm gonna be catching up on some comic book stuff, and I've been getting ready for my second episode of my draw stream this Sunday.
Yeah.
So I've been working on a thumbnail, worked on a new banner for my YouTube channel, and I just need now to find some music for the intro and create a new intro, and I'll be good.
Yeah. If you guys have not had a chance to check out Lunchbox Warren's first episode of his draw and talk stream, I would go and recommend checking that out, and also subscribe to his channel if you have not already. It's really crazy how I was mentioning these things in the group chat earlier today. Like, I know people know that I really don't care about views and all that shit. Like, I don't care what views are. Like, my videos could get 20 views or 30 views or 15. I really don't care. I just enjoy doing the content itself. I enjoy talking about the contents of what we're going to put out for a video. But, the channel just, I don't know, maybe I'm shadow banned. YouTube just does not like me, apparently. I think I've did actually everything you could probably think of, given how long I've been doing this. And I'm not
Let me
trying
just
to
stop you there. It's not just YouTube that doesn't like you.
Okay. Just and I mean, coming up this year when it hits October 15th, I've been doing this for 10 years, and I may or may not have lost a original channel that maybe got retconned out of existence, to some sort of like New 52 kind of thing now we're doing.
That channel had some traction though. People enjoyed that channel.
Yeah, it's crazy. When you have retcons, you just kind of get rid of out with the old and with the new, like a DC Universe Rebirth kind of initiative, Just forget whatever happened before. We're rebirth at this point now. No, we being like all in too many initiatives been here. We're all in now. If we're not all in, we're just fucking finished at that point.
Absolute MSK or ultimate MSK? What reboot do you want to be?
Like I'll be honest here. I really don't know how to get more eyes on what we're doing anymore. I've been doing this so long. I just keep doing it because I just love doing it. The
Yeah,
goal of money doesn't matter or views. I just don't know why it's always just been that way. I mean, the channel hit 1,000 subs and it was going up and up, and then the channel actually hasn't gained a new subscriber potentially in an X amount of time that will be considered very, very, very long. Watch time is up. I noticed the watch time itself has gone up drastically. Views are a little bit more down, but that's probably because I don't put out as much of our videos that we did. We did a lot of videos. That's actually my fault. I just have to put them out. But these take quite a bit of time to go into the show, start it at the point where we're going to do the intro for the video, and edit out those parts. So, I'll be honest here. I really don't know. The comic book channel that I have grows. That one grows pretty slow, but it does have some growth whenever we drop some videos over there that we do on here and that I put over there. I do still plan on starting that Yu-Gi-Oh channel back up again, and maybe I might do that Pokemon one if I really have the free time. But I don't know. I don't know if there's anything else I can really do, because I know people said go and collaborate with other people and go on their channels. Well, that's the thing, is like I don't have time for that, and it's not.
yeah.
I don't make it
You're
like
streaming 7 days a week, so you'd almost have to lighten up how much you're streaming in order to try to go spread the word elsewhere.
and then hope to get those people to come subscribe over here. And it's like the only few times that I've been able to actually do it, I went on to a Yang Jing Zhao's channel. He asked me a few times to be over there. I've been over there twice, but even when he asked me to do that, that's already just, I'm already super tired and I don't want to run it down on someone's show. So I have to make sure I'm like all rested up before I go over there. And I like talking to Yang, but good Lord. I'm going to be on Whiskey Capital on the 18th of June this month. I think that's on a Wednesday. So, we'll have the panel show. We'll have it then, but it'll be after that. But yeah, the reason why I don't typically go on people's shows is not because people don't even invite me. So it's not that's the main point. And then it's like,
understood.
How much? Fuck off. How much? Like how much would that even impact my overall growth here? Like I've collabed with we all collab with each other. We have to be fair, my size to your guys' size is very different. I'm on a different level than you guys, but like it's not gonna be.
We're above 6 feet.
Like I don't know if collabing is really the way. I mean, that used to work back in the day on YouTube because there was a lot more, like, subscribing was the much more bigger thing on YouTube back in the day. But like the way people collab and the way people subscribe now and all that's changed since I first started. Like I'll be honest here. Outside of what we do here, which is basically like, we do the shows, I take the videos out, I edit them, I put the intro and outro for the channel, then I release them as videos if you guys don't want to watch the streams, because, there might be people out there that don't want to watch the streams. They just want to watch the videos when they come out the way we do them here, which is fine, but I don't really know what else I can do to far as like grow in subscribers. I think we're just going to be stuck at this point for, I don't know, an indefinite amount of time that I can't give you. Kind of like when, oh my goodness, I can't tell you guys about that story because that story breaks my heart. Good Lord, Tom King, you son of a bitch. It's like, think of this, like an episode of The Flash. It was like season 3, where like to stop Savitar, Jay Garrick's Flash had to stay at this point because there had to be a Flash as an anchor for some stupid reason. I forgot. You just kind of have to just push through it, as I figured out today. Like, even if I do talk about it, nothing's going to change. Nothing changes with it. That's why I don't really talk about like problems that I have, because nothing changes. The only person that can really fix them is me. And as a guy, well, you kind of just deal with a bunch of bullshit every day, and that's just kind of what it is. You just deal with it, and you just kind of figure out the best way to move on from it. Like even on Rumble, people said, "Well, why don't you stream on Rumble?" That's how I know people aren't paying attention to anything I'm doing. I've been streaming on Rumble for the last since 2023.
Have you considered streaming on Rumble though?
Yeah, fuck off.
Have you thought about Rumble?
I heard I heard it was Rumble.
That's a good point, Lunchbox.
Yeah, like I've been. My very first stream I put on Rumble was like August 2023. So I've been there for the better part about a year and a half. You want to say like about almost 2 years, 2.5 years at this point when this year ends. It's like, guys, Rumble there's no viewership there. The only reason why Rumble is a third destination for the content is because I don't like Twitch. I'm not putting shit out there more. No one watched anything I did on Twitch, and I'd rather have my content in a place where I could access it and it not go away.
Do either of you guys know anything about? I've been hearing about Kick lately. Well, what's up with?
So
Kick?
StreamYard added Kick to their destinations to stream to recently. Well, Restream has that too. So
because I think Asmongold switched over to Kick.
He's multi-streaming. So
okay.
He's basically what's that word? Simulcasting.
Simulcast. Yeah, simulcasting.
Yeah. So
Sumocasting.
Asians. Let's go. Fat Asians, half naked wrestling. Not my thing because I'm not gay. But, like you stream on Rumble, I mean, unless you get like raids or whatever, nothing changes. Nothing happens. I've never been raided.
Like you said earlier,
at all.
you have to do it just because you love it. Like, I'm going to approach my Sunday show as I want to bring like one person on at a time and just talk about comics while we draw or while I draw if the person doesn't. I like to bring on some other artists and do along those lines, but I'm not going to try to worry too much about view count. Just enjoy doing it and, see if it
No, it's the thing. I do enjoy this. I do, but it's like I was kind of I was just wondering about these things when I was at work because I was just putting stuff away. I was like, why? Like you would factor in this many episodes in, the viewership numbers would be going up because people would have it recommended to them.
Maybe if you did shorts.
Maybe you're right. Maybe that could do it. I mean, I've never been interested in doing that, but it could work. Maybe people say go to TikTok. Going to TikTok wouldn't work.
YouTube Shorts might work well with their algorithm. I don't know for sure. I know for one time YouTube was really enjoying shorts, so you could build up your channel by creating those and maybe even taking 30-second clips from these shows and throwing it up on there as like little mini commercials on YouTube Shorts. But I don't know how the algorithms work anymore. Like they change all the time, so I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, like I know people are invested in Rumble, and I do want Rumble to succeed. I really do. I think having the option for a platform to be there just in case your channel gets randomly terminated, like John Douglas's did for no real reason. He had no.
Yeah, that was out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. Yeah, I like that Rumble exists because you could still do content creation, but the leverage to that is you're on a platform that really just has no base, like high base of viewership. That's the problem. And I also people go, well, I have viewers. That's like that person that says, oh, well, I met Will Smith one time and he was really nice to me, even though he kind of, been assaulting people randomly. It's like, that doesn't mean anything. Rumble doesn't have a high enough view base for the point where it's like the average person can go in there and just have viewers because there's just a lot of people on there active on the platform.
And if you had like 1,000 subscribers on YouTube and had to switch over to Rumble, how many of them are actually going to come over and follow you? Like, are they going to actually download Rumble just to see you?
That's the thing is average people don't get this. Like they're not thinking logically. They're not thinking further past like the surface level. Literally, when people are somewhere, they want to stay at that place forever. Literally, that's why I tell people I hate when channels get terminated because people will say, "Oh, I'll go watch you on Rumble." They don't.
Yeah,
they just don't. It's like that thing that people just like politicians. They just say things. There's no actual meaning towards it. It's like when someone says, "Hey, I'm gonna go to the gym," and they get all that praise, like, "Yeah, dude, you fucking go. Go to the gym. You're gonna do great there." And then they don't go to the gym. They just wanted that initial
you
like.
Talked about
bump.
Going to the gym a lot.
I did go. I went yesterday. I did chest.
Which body part did you focus on yesterday? Knees?
No. Not yet. But I like Rumble. I do, but it's like their creator program is trash. Like you have to use Rumble Studios. I don't want to use Rumble Studios. I already paid for StreamYard. StreamYard's just better.
Yeah.
Why would I use Rumble Studio? And keep in mind, I shouldn't have to use Rumble Studio to have hours accumulated on their program to be in their program. That's retarded. Why is there a barrier to entry to that? Because I know what Eric Honda said. He's like, it's easier for them to track your hours using Rumble Studio. You can track the hours you stream on StreamYard by when the stream's over, and it says the amount of hours you've been on. That's not even hard. If that's hard to track for them, like I do believe in their platform. I do, but there's so many downsides to it. Yeah, it is an alternative, but it's like
you got some Rippa connects. You should try to do some interviews with some higher up Rippaverse people if you can get a hold of them.
Huh. I mean, that might work. Who knows at this point?
That might bring
on
over
EVS,
some new people.
Yeah, fucking You know what's crazy? My timeline's less toxic having that guy blocked finally. My timeline's a little bit less chaotic because he blocked me after I trash talked him saying that his favorite snack was Nutter Butter. Keep in mind, I didn't even trash talk him that bad. Like, people know me, I could trash talk pretty fucking bad, but like, I was very mild for my level of trash talk. And he was like, he said something stupid, and then I was shown that I was blocked, and I was like, yes, I can finally block this guy. Fucking hate that guy. That guy's a literal piece of shit. Timeline's less crazy with that person on there, but yeah, I mean, as everyone wants to still be around, you know, because you get the top G level of clout. Joking, but yeah, if everyone wants to know this, I'm always going to be here. I'm never going to leave. It's just never going to happen. But I'm just always kind of surprised that the numbers of subscribers don't grow, or maybe I'm shadow banned. I truly don't know, honestly, you know, but we just kind of live and let live. We kind of just take it as we see it, or what's the other saying? You just go with the flow, go over where the wind takes you, you know?
Well, don't worry. I'll have you on my show where all 18 of my subscribers will be able to see you.
Oh, thanks. I imagine there's going to be some overlap with people who are viewing me or viewing you.
I think most of my 18 came from this show. So,
oh God, at least I can help smaller people, which is awesome. But you know, the reason why I initially just even still do this is because we just have such amazing fun and conversations here. And, you know, Gray's included in that too. Fucking Gray. He's here.
What now?
Fucking hell. Jeez. How much money am I paying you for you to be giving out this level of performance, sir?
3 chicken nuggets per show. Sorry, chicky nuggies.
I was debating giving
You're
you
getting
one.
Nuggies? Oh.
3 nuggies. They don't sell a
Damn it, MSK.
Oh God! I mean, like,
nuggies.
Even streaming on X is worthless. Streaming on Twitter is worthless. It was crazy. No one calls that shit X. Everyone still calls that shit Twitter. I still call it Twitter. No one the only reason to stream on Twitter is to essentially just, I don't know, advertise that you're streaming on YouTube. It acts as an advertiser streamer platform for you to be streaming somewhere else. You know,
yeah,
it has no
tried
value.
Live streaming on there, and their interface is terrible.
It's awful.
You can't really see comments, and there was really no kind of push for it either. That's one thing that's like Elon. Like, if you want to become the one app that everyone goes
app
to,
you want it to be,
you need to really be building up like your video market. There's no reason why X shouldn't be rivaling YouTube right now for live content streaming. Like, he should be really all in on that stuff, but it's really not a really well done streaming platform. Like, I've tried to go live on there a couple times, and it just, I did live from StreamYard, and I went live directly, and both of them I didn't like.
Yeah, like right now on StreamYard's paid plan, you get 3 places to stream to. Obviously YouTube, X, and Rumble. Like, X is just to advertise that I'm streaming over here, but that doesn't ever help. My goal with it is, like, maybe eventually if you build up enough followers on these platforms, and maybe if X turns into something, then it could be kind of beneficial that you built it up that long. And the same thing with Rumble, but like those are like basically when you kind of make an investment and you go, okay, I'm throwing money into a dark hole that'll be making me money maybe like 10, 20 years down the future, right? Like, what's the difference with going to Kick versus Twitch, in my opinion? I don't know. Like, people said, oh, there's a better payout on, like, there's a better payout on Kick. Well, yeah, but if you start with like no viewers and you start with a bunch of bots, I don't know how it's going to help you. There's no, like, the reason why Kick and Twitch are useless in theory is because you have no thumbnails to attract viewers. The reason why you can attract someone with this is because you can put thumbnails, which are attractive things to the average person. You can't do that on Kick and Twitch. How do you attract people? Well, all caps, I'm streaming butt fuck simulator with my dad, 9,000. Come by, say hi, exclamation point, press for emojis. Like, I don't make titles like that. That sounds gay as hell, honestly, to do. You know,
it does sound up your alley.
You know, do I have to be a butt naked fucking OnlyFans streamer to be on there? Like, I don't want to stream on Twitch, which is actually legitimately garbage. I stream there, no viewership, nothing. You get a few follows every once in a while. Like, I couldn't even average 3 people to be a part of the affiliate program. 3 people.
Yeah,
you know,
I have a friend who's affiliated, and they can get subscriptions and stuff, but it took a lot of work, a lot of consistency, and he also started back in the earlier days of Twitch, and it's changed a lot since then. So
Yeah.
I don't know
Man.
anything about Kick.
No, I imagine it's the same thing. They're basically a Twitch clone at this point, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. We'll be here forever with you guys, my panelists, every Wednesday until we fucking die. Until Marvel reboots
Well, I mean,
itself.
I'm sure you'll die, but me and Warren will move on to bigger and better things.
Yeah, like if I ever
you know.
get famous, I'm just gonna have to work on erasing my history of being on the show,
Yeah.
probably. But aside from
It never
that, I
happened.
mean, yeah, it never happened. That was MS Who?
Oh god. Oh, the Switch 2 is coming out tonight. Actually, people are at the midnight launch for it. That's cool to see people at a midnight launch for something again. That's really
Yeah.
awesome. I like seeing that stuff. You know, it's crazy. Like the way Twitter was reacting to the Switch 2 versus how people actually just interact with wanting it in real life. So different. Like I had so many people tell me, dude, you gonna get the Switch 2? You gonna get the Switch 2? Like the way that Twitter people react to the Switch 2 versus like real life, so different. So night and day different. It's like, what the hell? And I also feel this. Gaming for me works like this. Get it if you want it. If you think it's valuable for you, depending on how much you think it's going to be a hit to your budget or whatever, if you can afford it, go for it. Like, you know, things in life will always have pros and cons to them, always. But if you think it's worth it for you, go ahead and get it. And now if you think a Steam Deck is more worth for you, go and get it. If you think a PS5 is going to be worth it for you, go and get it. Like, we can talk to death about what's bad and what's good, but if you do genuinely want to get it, like no one's stopping you. I would just say, hey, look at what you're getting versus what the money you're investing into it. That's what I've always said, you know?
Yeah. And I would like, to me, a Steam Deck seems better, but
yeah,
people are hardcore Nintendo, and that's, you know, good for them.
And I also feel this. There's no reason why you can't have both. I never got people that it's like, I mean, I understand it from a console point of view. You don't want to buy a console for like 2 games. That's ridiculous. But since we live in this kind of America that we have, which is the best country in the fucking world, you can literally have both. It's like bisexual people. You can have both. I prefer women, and I only like women. I'm straight as hell. I'm a heterosexual. But,
almost sounded convincing.
You can have both. You know,
you can have and you'll have it.
You can have a PC and have consoles too. There's no rules saying you can't have either one. There's no like written Declaration of Independence saying I declare I fucking will only have console for the rest of my life. That's not it. We don't.
You're
do that
only
here.
limited by time and money.
Like the only thing with the Switch 2, or I would say that they need more. The thing that I really, really, really didn't like what that they put out. Why doesn't the Switch 2 have more gigabyte space? It has like 256 gigs. Come on. People waited 8 years for this. 256 gigs. The Xbox Series X and the PS5 minimum offer a terabyte of space. Minimum. And people say, but their games are larger. I don't care. It's 8 years we've waited for a Switch 2. You telling me this thing couldn't have 500 gigabytes? Get the fuck out of here. But outside of that, if you like it, buy it. I'm just telling you, that gigabyte space is trash. The fact that you have to... Who wants to buy an SD card in 2025? Why can't it just have a terabyte of space? And Nintendo's that cheap of Wong Ching Chong fucks? They can't give you a terabyte of space? But fucking hell, you know? Fuck me in the ass. You know? Just bend me over and fuck me twice. Jeez, man.
Why does it always come to that?
Why are you not?
We're just talking about the Switch here, man. I know you like to switch it up, but come on.
I got you there.
You're a bit of a switch hitter.
We'll be switching the topics here in just a moment.
Nice little segue.
Yeah. But Gray, how you feeling about the Switch 2? You gonna get it, or are you just gonna wait? Honestly.
I'm still thinking about the Switch 1. I'm still considering my options. So, it'll probably take me a while to get Switch 2.
You never got
no, they seem awesome, man. No, the Steam Deck sounds awesome to me, but I think I'd spend way too much time and be too addicted to it. Right now, I'd look at my phone way too much. So if I had one of those Steam Decks on hand, man, I think I'd ruin my life. So yeah, the Switch 2 probably isn't in my near future, but I want one.
So which console did you ever have growing up? Are you more of a Nintendo, PlayStation, or are you more of an Xbox guy?
I had all the classics. I inherited both like an original NES, a Super NES, a Genesis, PlayStation. Like Gen 1 of all those, and even like Xbox first gen. Uh Somewhere in like the 2010s, I kind of just stopped getting new ones. So I think like PS3 was the last thing I had. So yeah, it's been a minute other than PC gaming for me.
Yeah, like
But the
some would,
Switches are all
yeah.
awesome. Like Nintendo is great at what they do. Those kind of like family games, they're awesome.
Yeah, like I would say the PS3, Xbox 360, Nintendo Wii era of gaming was the last great era of gaming. That PS2, GameCube era to that PS3, Xbox 361, best gaming era of all time. Literally those two generations just fuck. Games couldn't get any better than that, you know. But I think it was after that. I didn't get any consoles anymore after that era. I wasn't really in the PS4, Xbox One era. I got a PS5. So the PS5 is like going to be the first console I've gotten since the 360 era. Like, damn. And then what's crazy is the PS4 is backward. Well, PS5 is backwards compatible, so I can play all the PS4 games anyway if I really wanted to. But and I factored into myself, if I get a PS5, then when they release the PS6, they're still going to put out games in the PS5 anyway. Let's be honest here. There's still games released for the PS4. So when the PS6 come out, that's when I think they'll stop releasing new games for the PS4, and they'll just put out games between those two consoles until the next PlayStation console comes out. So I factor into myself, if I get like the newest current stuff up to a certain point, then I'll be covered for a while, honestly, until I have to make another, drastic upgrade. Gray, would you like to give me $1,000 for being hot, rich, and good looking?
No, you still owe me nuggies. I don't think that we should, get
to give you
any
a chicken
actual
taco.
thousands involved.
I wanted to give you a chicken taco.
We're gonna have to start.
No, I heard you the first time. It's just,
we're gonna have to form a nugget union, Gray, and go on strike possibly.
Oh my god!
I think we should.
You guys are pieces of shit. Let's just get into our damn topic. Oh god, you guys are just such fucking clout chasers. All right, damn bastards. Let me get one dwank, and then we're gonna go. Oh god.
Wait. Wasn't the entire like first section of this that you're not getting traction? So how are we possibly cloud chasing by being here?
That's true. You checkmated me. You were basically playing chess. You were basically playing chess when I was playing checkers, honestly. True.
Gray has found the plot hole.
Oh, hey, Gray. I know you watch Naruto. You bat bastard. You bat rastard. So, hypothetically speaking, this is not going to be a long discussion. Goku and Itachi, right? So we know Goku charges up and he wants to fly and hit you. You know how powerful Itachi's like Tsukiyomi is, right? Like the Sharingan he is really powerful. How would that work for Dragon Ball? Like if Itachi put him in like a genjutsu, could he theoretically, given how strong he is, could just they power out of things? Could you just power out of it? Or do you think the Tsukiyomi is so powerful it would just kind of fuck with him?
Yeah, I think you could power out of that. I don't think there's any way you could stop, Killer Bee, but nothing can stop that unstoppable force. But yeah, I think you could power out of the Tsukiyomi. Come on.
You think so? But it's stated this thing is really powerful. Like people should read how strong Broken Itachi is. There's a reason why he was taking it. I'll be able to go back and watch the Sasuke versus Itachi fight in Shippuden. Just you can see just how much that motherfucker's holding back. Like, or you can say holding black because he was wearing a black cloak. Get it? Holding black. But wow. I was thinking about that today. It's like if you could put someone in a trance and they can't get out of it, wouldn't that just kind of fuck with them? But I don't know. Just spitballing.
I don't.
Do not Naruto.
I think it's offensive to do that to somebody else.
Do Naruto characters get to Saiyan strength levels?
Well, it's not just that. It's like his mind hacks abilities are insanely overpowered. Like if people actually go, like I would ask people, go and read how strong his Tsukiyomis are. They literally like basically could wipe out your memories. It could distort the way you think. It makes you see things that aren't there. It causes you immense pain.
It would be
like
pretty easy to brainwash Goku.
Yeah, because I don't know, because in Dragon Ball Super, anyone have you remembered? Has he ever gotten like mind controlled? I don't think he ever has. It's never
No, there
happened.
was in Super, there was an evil Kai, not evil Kai, but evil angel type character who swapped bodies with him and
Yeah.
created Goku Black.
I remember that one. Yeah, there's a monster
Yeah.
Black arc. Yeah.
Yeah, there was that time period, but I don't know if he's ever had his mind taken over. He might be too dumb, like when it comes to, and like such a strong
Yeah.
fighting mind that he might not be able to. I know you would, like Majin Buu tried to take over Vegeta, but was unsuccessful because Vegeta just used
Bobby
him.
tried to
Yeah.
control him, but he was too powerful and he just resisted it.
Yeah, and he just resisted and used it to get the power, essentially the buff. So
you know what that was? Essentially, he sold his soul to beat Goku, and it was holding back.
yeah,
That's funny. That's so funny. He sold his soul, and it wasn't enough. That's
No.
sad. Yeah, 'cause I was thinking about if he can. I'm not saying Itachi would win a certain one-on-one fight. He would get his ass handed to him. Like, but if Itachi doesn't fight with his hands, he fights with his mind. He fights with his eyes. And if he has to, he's gonna look straight at your face. He's gonna put you like Kakashi was one of the strongest characters at that point in the series, and Itachi just laid him out for weeks. He was out, completely just dead, almost essentially. You know, like I don't know, something to ponder in one of these episodes to go over that. Goku versus Itachi. What if I can make it real clickbaity? Itachi solos the Dragon Ball Z verse.
Oh God, you have all those Dragon Ball Z stands in here cussing at you. Hey, well, you'll
Keyboard-
have more views though.
Keyboard link. Yeah, God. Well, let's have some fun. Hey everyone, I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about the potential of Chris Hemsworth's Thor might die in Avengers Doomsday. So Chris Hemsworth was casted as Thor in 2009 before the debut of the first Thor movie that came out in 2011, actually. So with his debut in the MCU back in the first Thor movie, he has been a mainstay of the Marvel Cinematic Universe for quite some time. And I have been butt-fucking my wife for existence.
Oh my God! Wow!
I'm joking. I was fucking with you guys. I'm debuted. I can't talk.
Oh, I've got a better idea. Why don't you go across the street and buy some condoms? Because we should at least be safe if you're gonna fuck me,
God damn it. Give me 1 sec. I almost ate my own ass. Okay, that's what I was, okay, that's why I was retarded. I figured out why I was retarded.
Oh,
I like to dissect girls. Did you know I'm utterly insane?
All right, my brain's working now. Hey everyone, I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about Chris Hemsworth's Thor might die in Avengers Doomsday. So Chris Hemsworth was casted to play Thor in 2010, and his first Marvel Cinematic Universe debut in the 2011's Thor movie for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And then the actor would continue to play Thor in several other Marvel Cinematic Universe movies. He's actually been in a lot of them. So after he was in Thor, he was in the Avengers. He was in Thor: The Dark World. He was in Age of Ultron. He cameoed in Doctor Strange. He was in Ragnarok. He was in Avengers: Infinity War. He was in Endgame. Then he was in Thor: Love and Thunder. So he's been in quite a bit of Marvel Cinematic Universe movies, and he's had a rather interesting arc in the MCU ever since he first started in the first Thor movie versus where he's at now. And we did do a video about this several months ago, kind of documenting, his overall character arc. And if I wanted to basically reiterate it here, I mean, the character in the first Thor movie, which was directed by Kenneth Branagh, and as you guys know, he's the Hercule Poirot from that movie series he has, did a very good job of
Could you say that again?
Hercule Poirot.
Yeah, that's what I thought you said. Perfect.
Good Lord. This is why you're not getting the bigger contract at the end of the year. But nevertheless, so Kenneth Branagh, I really felt like delivered the best Thor movie. Go back and look at like Thor Love and Shit, Thor Ragnar overrated, and Thor the Dark garbage. And look at the first Thor movie. That's the best Thor movie. Captures the character almost, I would say, perfectly, but really did a very good job of showing you Asgard, the type of like world he's in, kind of like the fish out of water perspective, how strong he is, how arrogant the character is. Now, I think most of that movie was based off the run from J. Michael Straczynski and Peter Gillen when he was basically thrown to the world as Donald Blake and all that stuff you guys know about, right? So I really feel like people should go back and watch the 2011 Thor movie, and you can really see the downgrade in the character over time. He was very good in Avengers.
That was from the beginning. So they wanted Branagh to come back, but they did the Marvel thing where they announced, hey, this is when the sequel's coming out, and they hadn't talked to Branagh again. They didn't have a script written.
I remember that.
They didn't have anything locked in. It's just kind of what Marvel did with Phase 2 or the second in all of these Phase 1 ones. And it really sucks. And because of it, Branagh just walked. But yeah, that first one is very stylized. Some people kind of hate it because it keeps going to like this weird Dutch angle, like kind of whip pan thing, and it's kind of supposed to be turning the page on each scene. He was really going for something stylized.
So many good dynamics he made in that first Thor movie. Him and Loki, him and his dad, him and Jane, like the arrogance of Thor in that run, in that.
Yeah, he learned what it was to be a hero.
Yeah.
By the end of it, and
at the scene where Thor yells at his dad, he's like, "You're a hateful, cruel boy, and you're an old man and a fool," and he banished him. You had the Warriors 3 that were there. That movie, looking back on it now, barring its issues, that's a really solid MCU movie. Probably could be in people's top 10 if you really look at what it did for the character of Thor. And then he was good in Avengers. You know, I thought that was a good appearance of the character. But after that, you know, as Gray mentioned, Kenneth Branagh didn't come back because typical Marvel bullshit, but people kind of let it go because they were in that time period where they were kind of getting away with everything because they were producing movies people liked. Patty Jenkins was supposed to direct Thor: The Dark World. She dropped out last minute because she wanted to direct Wonder Woman because she knew that was coming up for herself. And then they got some guy that directed an episode of Game of Thrones. It was Taylor something, and that was just terrible. And people considered Thor boring after Thor: The Dark World, and I couldn't blame you because Thor: Dark World's terrible. That movie sucks. That movie sucks ass. Don't keep in mind, but there's worse MCU movies now. No. Thor: Dark World and Iron Man 3 is still trash. That will always remain. Those will be in the bottom, whatever ranking. If you do one of those will be still in the bottom. Then people kept saying, well, Thor's boring. Then they did Ragnarok, and they made him basically the butt of every joke. And like, I get it from the point of view of like, fans think he's boring. They switch it up, but it kind of ruins Thor's character. And then Taika Waititi kind of shits on the material. He even said, well, I'll wreck your canon. I don't care about your comics. And it's like, God fucking damn it. It's like, that's what we have to deal with for Thor. He has to essentially have his lore completely shitted on and being turned into essentially a trash character. And I will say this,
I understand you don't like it, man. And I wish they had done kind of more with that whole idea. But to be honest, Ragnarok is not the worst Thor movie out there.
There's some funny moments. No, I was saying there's some genuinely good moments in it.
I think it's a fun movie. I've watched it multiple times. I can see where you're coming from. But at the same time, though, I thought
I get the time
it was a great Marvel team up. It was good to see Hulk. And it was a different side of Hulk too. It was the full
the last time we saw
Hulk, you know.
Yeah, before he turned into that retard Ruffalo later in the movie after their big fight scene. That was the last Savage Hulk we saw, was when he was fighting Thor in that arena. Like, I didn't like what they did with Gary Oldman's Jerry, the guy fucking from Jurassic Park. Oh my goodness.
Oh, Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum? That was it was so bad with this character. Oh, it was terrible. Yeah, there's some honestly serious. Ragnarok's funny, but there's some serious moments in there that are good. I generally like the moments that are very good, but the whole comedy angle of it, it's like it's like a double-edged sword for that. I understand why Ragnarok exists the way it does, but then you get him in Infinity War, and the Russo brothers did a very good job with him. They gave him his eye back because remember by Thor Ragnarok he lost his hammer. He lost his dad. He lost his planet. And that's what Ragnarok's supposed to do for the comic book wise. But in Infinity War, he got his eye back at least. He got Stormbreaker. And then it's like, he could have killed Thanos. Why didn't he do it? Why did good mind. How did an Infinity Blast from 6 of those stones not stop Stormbreaker? He could have killed Thanos, but typical hero bullshit. They have to monologue to you. You should have gone for the head. Thor should have just whipped his head off. Just fucking whip his head off. But then Thanos snaps his fingers. Then you get Endgame. And then he's just fat Thor. Like, the Russo brothers did him a great service in Infinity War. I didn't like the ending of it, the way he didn't kill Thanos. But then he's just fat Thor. He got that cool moment with his mother. That was really cute. He got his hammer back. But then he just got his ass kicked with both hammers again because he's out of shape. Like, what? What? What happened to the Thor originally in Kenneth Branagh's movie that always wanted to fight? He would never be fat. Like, just look at that kind of arc he's having. The Jane Foster shit is stupid. They never had any, like, actual chemistry. That's probably the part that people didn't like about the original one. It's the chemistry of Jane Foster and him. That I can understand. That was fully understandable. But
MSK, maybe you're not factoring age into this, but sadly, it happens to a lot of us. Father time kicks your ass, and you get a few extra pounds.
he didn't have any kids, Bray.
Well, he was also dealing with the trauma of what happened. Like,
yeah, he actually literally let Thanos murder everyone.
Yeah, everyone was dealing with, because it was a 5-year time skip, I believe, between Infinity and Endgame.
Yeah,
and everyone was dealing with what was happening their own way. Like, Steve was doing the therapy sessions for survivors of the snap.
Remember that?
Scarlett Johansson went straight into her work. Hawkeye turned into Ronin, and Hulk became Smart Hulk and a hero. So everyone was dealing with their own way, and Thor dealt with it by drinking beer and not leaving his house and eating food, and he got fat. So the Russos originally wanted him when Thanos attacks and then all the three of them take him on. They wanted him to just instantly become muscled again. Like, almost as if all he had to do was just snap his fingers and he could become a god, his god body again. And he fought to keep Fat Thor around. So it was Hemsworth really wanted to keep Fat Thor going. So it was part of him that wanted to do that.
Even in Ragnarok, this is the stuff that I never liked about that movie that kind of irked me, which bled over to Infinity War. So in Ragnarok, when he loses his hammer, when Hela destroys it, Odin basically tells him throughout the movie, you're strong enough without your hammer, which is bullshit when it comes to Thor in comics anyway. That is a main part of his power. He is very strong without it. He's actually really OP without it, but that's like an extra bonus to him. Odin says, you are strong enough on your own to beat her. He isn't, which is kind of, that's why people like her as one of the best villains in the MCU. He never actually beat Hela. She'll be out there. But then in Infinity War, he's not strong enough to beat Thanos. That makes any sense. People say, but it's a weapon that could kill Thanos. Odin said he's strong enough on his own. Odin said, you're strong enough on your own to do this. Why does he need a weapon? Is he strong on his own? That was the point to prove that he didn't need Mjolnir. Like, just his character's going through all these retarded loops. I just never got it. And then you got Love and Thunder, and some would call that not a movie at all. That would just be pilot shit to me. That was just awful. Now, that's why his character, you could feel like, I don't know. Do you think his character was done a massive disservice by Marvel, even from his good appearances? I felt like the character's arc was very up and down. There was a lot of high highs, but the low lows were really bad. Like, we have one movie's logic contradicting another one. In Love and Thunder, he's not strong enough to beat Gore, but this weapon could kill Thanos if he wanted it to. Like, what is the logic here with these movies? Like, he was never strong enough. People don't know Thor is really powerful. Thor could run it with some of the Dragon Ball Z characters you guys like. Thor could fight like Vegeta and Goku, just spar with them, to fuck with them. He's really that powerful, Loki was never that strong either. Odin got treated like shit for the most part. But, damn, my boy Thor just getting treated all like shit. So, who knows? He might die coming up, because there was an interview that he had with Vanity Fair about Love and Thunder. And this was the quote he had. He said, I got caught up in the improv and the wackiness, and I became a parody of myself. I didn't stick the landing. That was one of the things that he had said in that interview. Then we had the little tribute video. So he put out a tribute video and he basically had this like big giant like TLD thank you letter to the fans for his journey as Thor. It's like I kind of want to celebrate this with him, but I'm also sitting here thinking like, what is there to celebrate? Your character never really realized his full potential at all, and they really just treated your character like pretty bad, honestly.
Well, see, this is all news to me because I remember like a year ago, he was talking about, and Marvel was talking about like a new trilogy with a different direction. So there's going to be a Thor 4, but I never knew that they were talking
Thor
about
5?
Or Thor 5. Yeah, there's going to be a Thor 5 with
Yeah.
new director, new direction, and he wanted to go a bit more serious because of what happened with Love and Thunder. So I'm kind of surprised that there's talks of, but I know he had that genetics test done and found out he's predisposed, I believe, to Alzheimer's.
Also, yeah, I remember that one.
Something like that. And
Yeah, I
he's
remember.
it has worried him about working so much because you're talking about like the 10 years of that first fate or that first half of Marvel from I Am Iron Man to Endgame. That was like their entire lives. Like Chris Evans would talk about that, where it's like you film for 4 months and then you're doing press for the rest of the time, and then the movie comes out and you're doing post press for it, and then you're back into it again with the other one, with the extreme diet, the working out, most likely taking testosterone. So I mean, it was really tough on them. So maybe he doesn't want to do another 8-year run of jumping between Avenger movies and his own trilogy. And I mean, he might just not have it in him right now, because I don't think Chris Evans does. He was pretty strong.
Yeah,
at the
based
end
off
of
what you just
Endgame.
said, because I know we've talked about that. Like people like Grant Gustin, Stephen Amell, RDJ, Chris Hemsworth, Chris Evans, all these guys. You know, people have to factor in your movie has to be done like basically a year in advance. You're flying out to different locations. You're filming, wire work, stunt men. You're getting all that pre-content. The pre-core movies have interviews on YouTube channels, being in those little chairs with like Variety, Hollywood Reporter, all that stuff. There's a lot that goes into it. So like if you're like, I don't doubt that these guys don't love their characters. I'm not saying they don't love them, but when you're doing it year in and year out over 6, 7, 8, 10 years,
just
it's
keeping
gonna get
that physique is super difficult.
Yeah.
It is so hard physically to keep that look, that bulk, and that kind of strength. So you have to really go through an insane diet. Even at their ages, I would almost guaranteed at least testosterone use. And because it's, some of these guys are putting on 50 pounds of muscle in like a matter of months. And, you only like a healthy is like a pound of muscle a month, not 50 in 3 months, where you go from like a skinny guy like Paul Rudd, and all of a sudden Paul Rudd's got a 6-pack and biceps. So yeah, it's not easy on these guys, and the stunts and everything else. So the thing is though, is who's going to replace him? Is it going to be bringing in a new younger Thor, or is it going to be recasting as a multiverse Thor with a different person? Or
I think that's the best way of doing it, just recasting it. Because like I remember back in Age of Ultron, why was his character really there? Like Age of Ultron, he straight up probably could just one-shot Ultron by himself, and he's just there to set up other people's movies. Like his character never really felt like it integrated very well with other people, because as good as those other directors try to do him, they never really kind of understood what made Thor unique in the comic books versus like what could make it work in movies. He always kept having that, I'm a fish out of water kind of personality. Well, it's like that's not gonna do you any good after like the first 2 movies. That's already been played out.
They should have went more of the Aquaman route, where like it's mostly in Asgard and you're dealing with the realms, and it's like Thor 2 is Thor's going out has to spend time in the Frost Giant realm or something along those lines.
They could have did it like that Thor versus Hulk movie, where like Loki took over Hulk, and then they had that villain like Enchantress or whatever. Something like that could have worked. Like there was many angles this character could work. They never had Beta Ray Bill. Never in one of
Beta Ray Bill would have been an amazing character to bring in, just even for Thor. There was a lot that they could have done, but they always kept him on Earth, in a way. and they always had him around that area, and they never really expanded on it. You could have done some real good mythological stuff, because Chris Hemsworth is a good actor, both dramatic and comedian. He's gotten in Ghostbusters, he was fucking hilarious. Like, that was the best part of the female Ghostbusters, was Chris Hemsworth. I mean, he was hilarious at that. And he could also pull off the heartstrings moment. It's one thing I give Ragnarok for, it was a good balance of comedy, action, and heart. Like, it may not have been the best story in the world, but it was executed very well. It was easy to follow, and it had good heartfelt moments that kind of, it was good for the film. And it had that good ending too. It wasn't just Thor fight enemy, Thor beat enemy. It was, he actually had to grow as a leader and realize it's his people. His people are Asgard, and that was, there's nice little lessons in it and stuff. Love and Thunder was just a mess. I don't even understand. Like, it was almost like, it's like, if you didn't care, just do another kind of Ragnarok film. I don't know why you just kind of give up and just stop
you just gave a Ragnarok. Like, he basically gave Ragnarok Super Saiyan 2, if you're going like Love and Thunder, because people just didn't expect that based off what Thor was. So it kind of took them by surprise, and they still kind of were like very hit or miss about Ragnarok. So if you do that again and people know that's coming, it's not going to hit as well because you lost your surprise factor at that point.
It should have been, and it could have been a good film. It could have been Thor and Jane chasing Gore as he's killing gods, and we could have actually seen like Gore fighting Poseidon, or or even fighting Zeus, and we could have seen some cool stuff, but it was just crap. Like, it was like they weren't even trying. They just kind of threw together a script, and then he spent the money that they gave him. It was really a disappointing overall film, and I wasn't really excited for much after that when it came to his Star Wars stuff, like, because I love him as a director. His Jojo Rabbit movie was one of those movies that'll kick you right straight in the nuts and have you just bawling like a little girl. I mean, that movie's like crazy good. But then when you watch Love and Thunder, it's just like, wow. It was like he was only there half the time.
Did an interview with Variety, and he basically revealed that he only did things for the paycheck.
Like,
okay, well, fuck this guy.
Well, then you did good on Ragnarok. You really phoned it in for fucking Love and Thunder.
Oh, that was just the definition of phoning it in. Yeah. Thank you for making my journey unforgettable. Chris Hemsworth shares Thor video ahead of Avengers Doomsday and reignites fears his MCU story is ending soon. A new Thor video reignites fears that the Marvel Cinematic Universe hero story might be coming to an end soon. Chris Hemsworth holds an MCU record with Marvel's Thor franchise, leading all other heroes in terms of solo movies with 4. Yeah, he's the only original Avenger to have 4 movies, unless you count Captain America, that's a little, I don't think that counts. Hawkeye, only original Avenger in the MCU, never to have his own movie. Everyone else got one but Hawkeye. Hawkeye got a TV show.
My brother talks so much shit about Hawkeye. He's like he's the most useless Avenger. And I'm like, come on, he's doing pretty good.
God. Well, while Tom Holland's Spider-Man will tie Thor next year with his 4th film, Spider-Man Brand New Day, Hemsworth God of Thunder has been announced as part of Avengers Doomsday cast, while Peter Parker was nowhere to be seen. However, the upcoming MCU movie could be the final time Thor is seen in the franchise, judging by a new video. On YouTube, Chris Hemsworth shared an emotional Thor video to celebrate his MCU journey. The video goes through Thor's entire MCU timeline, including solo films, Avengers appearances, and more. There are also a lot of behind-the-scenes moments with MCU stars like Hemsworth, Natalie Portman, Tessa Thompson, and even Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige. Alongside the emotional video, Hemsworth also shared a statement about his timeline in the franchise, where he claims playing Thor has been one of the greatest honors of his life. The actor ends with the statement with, "Next up, Avengers Doomsday." Check out the full quote below. He says, and I quote, "Playing Thor has been one of the greatest honors of my life. For the last 15 years, I've held Mjolnir and then Stormbreaker as the God of Thunder. But what made it truly special was sharing it with you all. Your passion, your cheers, and your love for this character have meant everything to me. Thank you for making my journey through the Marvel Cinematic Universe unforgettable. Next up, Doomsday. During a 20...
I mean, isn't that
Go ahead.
expected though? Like that all of them are being replaced, and essentially after Doomsday, and then I'm forgetting what they're calling the other
Secret
one.
Wars.
Is it Secret Wars?
Yeah.
I mean, they're all going to be rebooted anyway. So I don't know. It's definitely not the last time we'll see Thor on screen, but perhaps the last time we'll see Hemsworth.
Like,
But
do you think it's basically just like it's at this point now? It's pretty much an open secret they're gonna reboot with Secret Wars, and that just goes to show you how bad Phase 4 through 5 really was. Really, just kind of just basically they killed their whole
secret
franchise.
though. But
yeah,
what would be cool with the reboot is you don't have to do an origin story for all of them again. I mean,
that's true.
I guess you can if you want to, but we know who the characters are, so just introduce the alternate version or whatever.
They said the X-Men will be the main driving factor of Phase 6 through 7. Yeah, because Phase 6
they get it right.
4.
Yeah, there's rumors of a secret X-Men movie somewhere in there too.
Yeah.
We'll see. I'm sure they're going to make an appearance, but I certainly hope they get it right, because Singer certainly didn't. But hey, you could argue it spawned all of this eventually. So
you're right.
Whatever.
During a 2022 interview with Vanity Fair, Chris Hemsworth made it seem that if Thor was to return, then it might be time for the hero to die. According to the actor, if he were to come back, it'd probably be the finale of Thor's MCU journey. Hemsworth even went a step further by describing the hero's journey, saying, you have this birth of a hero, the journey of a hero, then the death of a hero. I mean, some would say, did you really have a journey of your hero? Whatever. Based on these comments, fans have long been wondering whether Thor will die in the MCU, and they've already confirmed in Doomsday a lot of these characters are getting killed off, and there's no Thanos snap to bring them back this time. That's the get out of jail free card they had last time. 3 years later, Hemsworth was the first actor announced as part of Avengers Doomsday. The movie marks his return to the MCU, and judging by his past comments, it could very well end his character story. Now the actor adds fuel to the fire with his new Thor video and statement. The emotional video chronicles his journey in the franchise, and Hemsworth's words sound a lot like a goodbye to the fans as he prepares to bring Avengers Doomsday to life, which is currently in production. Based on all those factors, Thor could die soon. It's crazy. We won't ever really technically have unless you count the first Thor movie, the sequels all being varying degrees of quality. I feel like it's starting to look like a lot like Hemsworth's Thor is not going to survive Avengers Doomsday. The Avengers movies have had some major deaths over the years, including 2 of the original members of the team, Black Widow and Iron Man. Thor dying in Avengers Doomsday would fall in line with that, and since Tom Hiddleston's Loki is in the film, he could be reunited with his brother before passing. That said, while Hemsworth's words sound like a goodbye, perhaps it could be a way of honoring Thor as Avengers Doomsday filming rages on. I mean, this is the other thing. I mean, I know people kind of want Thor 5, but that's probably not going to happen unless they do what Gray said, which is basically, or what Warren said as well, which is recast him, honestly, which would be the only way to do that, But,
I don't know how you wouldn't at this point. I mean, grab like, there's plenty of blonde, in shape actors out there who really knew Hemsworth that well before he was cast as this. Like,
he was in Cabin in the Woods,
Yeah, he was in a couple things before then. I had definitely seen him around, but I hadn't really noted the name. I got to be honest. It launched all of the Hemsworths. However many of them there.
He was very, what's crazy? He was very good in Extraction. Like he actually acted really well in Extraction. It was a cool little action movie directed by one of the Russo brothers, actually, or it's produced by one of them, I think. I feel like, I don't know, maybe he wasn't going along well with the direction of the directors he had in the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies, but yep. I'll ask you, man, what are your closing thoughts on Chris Hemsworth's Thor that might die in Avengers Doomsday? Are you going to miss him? Are you going to miss good old Hammer Man? Hammer time, baby.
In a way, I will. I think he definitely brought some gravitas to this role that previously was just kind of like a joke character. I don't know. So real comic book fans kind of knew who this character was, but kind of pop culture, they they viewed him as kind of a joke. I think the
Mm.
last time he was in like a live action thing was probably like Adventures in Babysitting in like the late 80s. And he was really just seen as a joke with the weird helmet with the wings on it. But man, Hemsworth's portrayal kind of made him a legit hero in a lot of people's eyes and really kind of normalized it.
Mhm.
So, oh yeah, I think he did a great job. And 15 years is long enough to play any role. I'd like to think that maybe you could give up your MSK moniker after another 5 years, or pass the torch on to the next MSK.
Yeah. Or we'll never forget that moment in Avengers 1 where the lady in the shield
Orma?
hellcarrier told him, hey,
Oh,
he's like, Loki's not a bad guy. And she was like, your brother killed like 200 people in 2 days. He was like, he was adopted. I was like, okay. It's like, what? Just good Lord. Good old Josh Whedon witty humor. But yeah, I mean, as people would know for myself, I've been having sex with my wife a lot. Just joking. So for anyone that's talked to me about Marvel Cinematic Universe movies over the years, people know how I feel about Thor's character. It's just been very up and down, honestly. Like there's some great moments there with his characters. There's some highs there, but the character, I feel like overall has not been delivered the best of justice, outside of like the really good moments. Hopefully in Avengers Doomsday, he can have like a redeeming character arc, because there's no way they let him go out badly, like as bad as he had it in Love and Thunder. Oh, good Lord. What if they replaced Thor with fucking Jane Foster? That would be crazy, honestly. I hope not. Because it's a multiverse, as you said.
I don't
But
think they can afford Portman. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't know. They could do multiverse Jane Foster though.
yeah, I mean, hopefully he can have a run in the MCU that can end off on a high note. But it's gonna be, I don't know, it's just gonna feel kind of bittersweet knowing how his character started out versus where it got to, and then I don't know what happened on the set of Thor: Love and Thunder to the point where like he almost just had no say for what his character wanted to be. He just kind of went with the flow, like he just kind of did it for a paycheck. Maybe he just was in a bad spot at that moment in time because he found out that he could be having Alzheimer's later on in his life. Maybe that really depressed him. I don't know, honestly, but who knows? All I can hope for is that, hey, he can end off his MCU career on a high note in Avengers Doomsday and have maybe a banger moment. Like, at least don't die a stupid death. If he dies a horrible death where it's actually just straight up bad, oh my God, I'm going to lose it. Jesus Christ. But yeah, so thank you guys for checking out this video. If you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, and we're going to sign out, guys. See you guys later. Peace. Also, before we go, I wanted to show you this, Gray. You're just the man I wanted to show this to. They're doing it again, man. They're doing it again. Oh, before we go, I want to ask you this too. Have you seen any Saw movies? Are you a fan of that franchise at all?
Oh yeah, I've seen them all, including Spiral from the Book of Saw.
I like Spiral.
Yeah, the Chris Rock one.
I like that one.
Rock wrote his own stand-up for that movie. Yeah.
We should do a let me see. One of these days we have to cover the the Saw drama going on.
The fact that they're not doing it now? We're not getting Saw 11?
There was an update to it today.
Then no, I don't know it.
There was another juicy update to it. Like so juicy your mouth would water.
Okay, my mouth is watering. What's going on?
Literally give me 1 second to pull it up and whip it out.
Okay.
So apparently Blumhouse is going to acquire the rights from Twisted Pictures.
Okay, so they're gonna Blumhouse the shit out of Saw movies now.
Just if you go up just the cliff notes, because we'll probably just cover it as a topic, because I know Michael likes Saw a lot too. Basically the cliff notes for it is like, Deadline notes that the Blumhouse deal will bring original Saw co-creator James Wan back into the franchise fold, thanks to the merger between Blumhouse and James Wan's Atomic Monster. So essentially, Blumhouse is going. So Twisted Pictures and Lionsgate had disagreements, and then basically Blumhouse is going to be getting the rights to Saw. So Saw 11's future is now back on the table, actually.
So that's kind of cool, actually, especially if
Hi.
James Wan is possibly going to be part of it. You should totally let Sparkles on one day. It'll be nice to get some diversity on your channel. But
Sparkles is a person, right?
True. She makes up for what you are not. But
Hot, rich, and good looking.
yeah, no, that would be
I
awesome
am.
if they can get Juan on there,
Juan.
especially with some of the Juan, with especially some of the high profile things that he's done as of late. If they actually are getting him back to it, that kind of excites me.
As long as he
especially
doesn't direct a sequel to *Malignant*, then we're good, because that was bad.
Well, seeing what they did with Saw X, man, you could save this thing, but we'll see. If they leave it on Saw X, like, it's not the worst note to go out on. It is kind of a cliffhanger, but man, is it better than a lot of the previous entries. I'm really glad they didn't go out on Spiral.
Oh my goodness! Why are there? I think Spiral had an actual story in it compared to what the other ones did, which was basically, I won't say gore porn, but you're only just there for the traps. To be fair, I understand these double-edged swords. People are only kind of there for the traps. The story kind of doesn't matter in horror movies, but I kind of value some level of story in some of these.
So let me ask you: if you view those as kind of gore porn, what do you think about Final Destination ones? And have you?
I think that's
seen all of
just
those?
shock value, honestly.
But it's not. It's Rube Goldberg devices. Come on. It's kind of the opposite.
This is the lady you want on. That first Saw movie is so damn good. If anyone doesn't like the first one, you're a fucking crackhead. That first movie is really good.
True.
Like, who doesn't like? To me, the best ones are people can say the first three. I think the first two are the best ones. Two is weaker than one, but it's still overall, it's still pretty. Like, it still kind of fits into that kind of a decent sequel. It kind of reminds me of like Jaws 1 to Jaws 2. Like, two's weaker, but you can still feel like they connect some way.
They both have impact. Saw 2 is the needle pool one, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. They still have impact, and the characters still kind of seem like they're actual characters.
Saw 3 is when it gets to that point where it's like, it's just a soap opera. It's like, oh, well, this girl, I loved you more than me. It's like, oh, fuck off.
Is that the one with the Wahlberg, or is that 4?
It was the one where he contacted that lady to see if he could cure him for his tumor, and then Amanda got jealous of her and she kills him. Oh my god, man. Amanda, Jesus Christ, dude. What a character. What a damn character. Give me 1 second. I'll have that as a topic. You'll be on Monday, so we'll have it as a topic there.
Sir.
To be fair, we're going to be the only people that know about it. maybe Sci-Fax if he's there. Because people said Deadline was the source. I want to make sure I have the source here.
Nice.
Superman's runtime. Oh my!
Superman runs this time?
No, Superman's runtime got revealed.
Yeah, no,
actually.
Oh, cool.
AMC, dude, had some news today about more ads being in their movies. Oh my god! Are we serious?
You need to know about stuff. I don't know.
Give me 1 sec. I'm gonna set up the topic.
More money. I guess. Give me a commercial before it's going, as long as you're not going to interrupt the movie for commercials. All right.
Oh god, man. Is that what we need? The movie theaters? More ads?
No, but I've had my ass saved more than once because they did like the ads in front and then the trailers, and I didn't miss the movie. There's been a couple times where I've cut it real close.
Yeah, like, I don't mind that there's ads
thing
there, because, like, but it don't need to be that long. Like, 10 minutes max. I would say less than that, 5 minutes max. Like, a movie should start when its start time says it should. That's just me. That's how I've always kind of viewed it. I understand when people say, oh, it gives me time to get there, and I understand things happen where you can't get there on time, right? But it just kind of sucks when you're trying to go see a movie and it doesn't start on time, and you have other shit you need to do,
Yeah. I've been there too. Where you look up the runtime of it and it's like, okay, cool. But then they start it 20 minutes late. It's like, what the fuck? Yeah, I've been on both sides of those. Generally, I just block out extra time after there.
Oh God, man. What else is there? Yeah, so Monday we'll talk about
Sparkles has a good
Oh.
question though.
what
She was just asking about your hair. What do you call that style?
we'll talk about. That we'll talk about probably. Me and Warren will probably cover that comic book wise. Friday. Honestly, I have to see the topics we're covering Friday. I'll probably add it to that one. I saw it and I don't know. That topic makes me smile because the people that said, oh, it doesn't matter. Race doesn't matter. Oh God. Woo! I love it.
Is it official though? Is it going to be the Gooseling?
I have to. I'll have to check it out. I only just saw the images, but all those people, dude, that said, "Oh, race doesn't matter. Race doesn't matter." Oh my goodness, cooked, completely, emphatically cooked. But I will save it for a topic because I know. Okay, wait, there's a big one. There's a lot to cover recently, so we're gonna have our hands full actually here, and I have some other one-on-ones coming up for the MSK show as well. I just kinda post about it. Was that
She
English?
just saw Kata post about it. Don't worry about it. Just the competition. They're scooping the story.
Good Lord, there's no competition. I'm the top G around here.
You're right
alright?
there. There is no
Right.
competition. Kata's in a league of his own.
Kitty is doing debate diagrams. Isn't she gonna do a debate diagram of my sex life? She told me she was.
How do you diagram nothing though?
I thought you were fun.
I think it's funny.
Let me see. Ah, God, a Black Panther being so because like I'd have to do a little bit more digging into what it is because I don't want to make a video out of it and being like, oh, it's just ranting just because of it, But I'll look into it. Like what Bruce said at the end of Batman Begins. I'll look into it. Don't worry, I got you covered. Honestly. So
Kinda
what
worried.
else would be there? Yeah, there's a few topics of bookmark. Well, I definitely have the Saw one because I wanted to actually make sure that there was enough information coming out that there's enough to talk about for a full length video for it that we can do it for a topic. So yeah, Monday we're gonna do Spider-Man Brand New Day. Probably do Saw. Those will be only topics for Monday, honestly. But yeah, Warren is getting his brother right now. When did he leave? I'm 54, so we'll be back in a little bit. But yeah, man, it's been a crazy week. Where's your streams? You said you were going to start doing some content, Gray. What happened?
That's true. It's the summer of gray, and as such, I'm just soaking up the summer sun. It is only 4 days into this month, but fully expect the new show to launch this
Technically,
month.
no. Summer starts June 20th. So you got
Yes. Okay, so I got until June 20th then.
yeah, summer officially
fully
begins June 20th,
expect. Yeah, summer of gray. It's going to be amazing.
The summer of MSK. That's what I should go as for an initiative.
Well, I'm definitely going to ask you on for an episode. It'll be the test one that, we'll see if the audience digs it. And then, we don't ever have to actually pass that on to the real public. But
why would I support a
it
cloud
would be
chaser?
awesome. You could restock your clout. I know you mentioned that you wanted to gain some extra traction for this show. Why not show up for a new audience?
I have to branch out. Yeah.
You should branch out hard.
I'll have to branch out and basically talk to more cloud chasers. I love it.
Yeah,
But no, do you have an idea of what
cloud chasers?
do you have an idea of what your content's gonna be? Or are you just gonna be
Oh yeah.
like podcast form, you're just gonna cover the news?
Oh, I'm Grey Poupée. What can I say? I'm the entertainment condiment, and as such, we are going to have a brand new entertainment show. I'd like to pair two guests that have kind of a similar thing. So, you've seen the Saw movies, so probably something up your alley that would be another guest that's also seen the Saw movies. then we could do a couple of bits about it. if you
Sci-Fax
will.
has. I think Sci-Fax has seen all of them.
Yeah,
Honestly.
you see,
Yeah.
that would be a great match, and then we could kind of do a couple different segments that kind of involve those. But it's going to be somewhat entertainment based, so around either like movies or television. But yeah, I think I've got a different
You guys
way
are
of
right. I have
doing
to get back into watching movies and television. It's not that I don't want to. It's just I'm just busy. I have to find the
There's
time.
so much good stuff out there, man. You should watch
No, I
Agatha.
know.
Have
Oh,
you seen Velma
wow.
season 2?
I
I think you're
okay.
behind on
I
everything.
think you're fucking with me. Velma season 2. Jesus Christ.
What?
I saw a
Fucking
trailer.
with you?
I think you're trolling me. I think.
What?
Are you gonna go watch Ballerina? That comes out this week. Yeah.
Yeah, I probably won't see it this week. To be honest, I didn't even see the last John Wick, so I do need to catch up on that. But I will definitely see it. I don't hate me some Ana de Armas.
Ana de Armas,
Uh,
I would lick her ass if she asked. I would just lick it clean. I'm just a fucking freak.
You have mentioned that before. So yeah, that doesn't contribute to whether or not I'll see the movie. But what can I say? I'm a fan of her previous content, so yeah, I'd like to see kind of a new take on the John Wick world.
Yep.
What it
yeah.
takes to get into that world.
You
So it seems
watched
like it could be cool.
you watched Deep Water for the plot, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The plot,
Yeah.
and the water. I'm also a fan of water, so you
Goodness
got me on two
gracious.
things.
Goodness God. What else is there after John Ballerina? After that, is there anything else in June for this month?
Yeah, 28 years later. It's
that's-
coming out on
yeah.
June 20th. I don't think it's going to be a huge one, but with essentially Bloodlines, Final Destination Bloodlines still up there in the box office, there's a chance that 28 years later could make it in there. But yeah, I don't think so. Something's telling me it's not going to be the giant release that I want it to be. But that one really interests me. It's going to be Danny Boyle and now I'm blanking on his name, Alex. The dude who just did Warfare and he did Civil War last year, Alex Garland. And yeah, he's the original director and writer of 28 Days Later. So
God,
I'm
she's
interested,
so
man.
pretty.
I hope it's going to live up to it.
This is not a picture she has. Oh my God. Damn. You just
When
want to
does
just
the
lick
How
her.
to Train come out? Doesn't that come out this month?
That How to Fuck Your
I
Dragon?
think that's this weekend.
Is that this weekend?
I think that's the other one
That
that's
this weekend?
dropping.
I think so.
Oh,
It's
Ballerina's
not this
going up
weekend, it's
against-
next.
Oh,
Oh.
Man. Looking
Yeah, that does look
Okay.
like a good movie.
all types of juicy.
yeah. Look at the plot.
The plot on that was
Yeah.
huge.
The plot's
Remember-
very firm.
What wasn't she playing Marilyn Monroe? She played Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah, that
Oh.
really weird Netflix film.
Oh, weird. Yeah. Oh goodness. Is she? I think I follow her. Oh my goodness. Who doesn't love a lady like this? This is a gorgeous lady. Oh my God.
I want to go see Ballerina, but I don't know if I'm going to have the time to go.
Yeah, you're watching Ballerina for the plot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you roll. Oh goodness gracious! I will definitely give Ana de Armas my time. Maybe she'll make love to me. Actually,
Probably.
Yeah,
not.
maybe.
15
I mean-
million followers. Jesus Christ!
She seems like a
How many
woman
of
with
them are you?
standards, so I don't know if you're going to have a chance.
God, she has
True.
standards. Oh, she was in that movie with Chris Evans, the one that was directed by one of the Russo brothers. Fuck! Oh my God!
Yes.
Oh, the one where she's like a spy and he doesn't realize it.
The other one too. There's that one. That one came out on Apple. There was one for Netflix too.
Oh,
Gray
okay.
Man. I think it was called Gray Man.
Okay, yeah.
Based.
Yeah, she did a lot of. Her and Chris Evans have a lot of movies together where he kisses her. That's so fucking.
Well, they also did the Knives Out movie together
They
too.
did that one too. Yeah, she has some movies where she puts her tongue down his throat, which I can't really blame her for that one.
No, it's always been a fantasy of yours as well. I
Obviously.
get it. Captain
yeah,
America.
the Gray Man. This is the problem with Netflix movies. No one remembers if this came out. You don't remember that this existed at all. Who the fuck remembered
What are
that?
you talking
What's
about?
the budget?
It's
on
also
it?
got the
Oh
goose
my
in it.
goodness! What? Does that have a $200 million price tag? Netflix.
It's no The Electric State.
Blonde. Yeah, she's a fucking freak in this movie. Anyone should watch. She is a damn freak in that movie. Like, we're talking like actually sexually freaky. Ghosted. Yeah, that was one. Is that a Christ movie? Eden? Like the Garden of Eden? What is that about?
No,
Yeah,
that
someone's
looks
telling
more
me
like a
no.
jungle movie.
What is this?
Yeah, there's like 3 guns on the cover of it. I'm
Oh!
thinking it's not a biblical one.
This is the one where she has a threesome with fucking Sydney Sweeney and like the other girl in this. Oh my goodness, Vanessa Kirby. I have to watch out for the plot too. And she's in Ballerina. Yeah, so she's been in a lot of stuff. God Lord. What was it was this one, right? It was Blade Runner where she couldn't.
Yeah, she
speak
played
English.
the hologram girlfriend.
Yeah, where she couldn't
or-
speak English and she had to just wing it. That it was that one, right?
Well, she spoke English in the movie, did she not? Was she
One
just...
originally there was a role she had where she didn't speak any English and they had to just wing it with her. I don't know how does someone cast someone that doesn't know how to speak English but still in the,
I think that's
Well, I
the
don't know if
Blade
they're
Runner
hot
one.
enough.
But
I think it was War Dogs,
Yeah.
maybe.
I mean, hey, they had to. Robert Rodriguez had to do the same thing with Selma Hayek. She didn't really speak English, but he just knew like she's gonna break. She's gonna be this huge star, and he was right.
Remember, Jamie Lee Curtis said she basically discriminated against her on the Armas, and she admitted that. Oh my god, so cringe! Why would you ever?
She was just
admit
getting
that?
a character. Come on,
God.
Knives Out, man.
I actually liked the Knives Out movie. I thought it was actually very good in my
They're
opinion.
making another one.
The third one. They
Yeah.
made a sequel already.
Well, yeah, they're making another movie.
Well,
and I
I
know
think
they
it's
just
like
announced it today or
Wake Up
yesterday,
Dead
but-
Man or something like
Yeah,
that.
something like
Yeah.
that.
I never saw the sequel, but you know,
What?
yeah.
You
I
never
liked the first
saw
one
The
a lot.
Glass Onion?
Onion.
Come on.
Hey, Netflix actually released that in theaters for a week. A week. I'll never get them. I understand. They're all on streaming. They're all on the service. I understand that. But I don't know. You could exclusively allure people into watching your movies, on your streaming service. If you put it in theaters first. It's been proven if you put a movie in theaters first, there'll be more people wanting to see it on a streaming service after, If you just drop it on streaming, it's going to do whatever.
Well, Prime decided to pull Voltron, the Henry Cavill film. They said that was going to go to theaters. Now it's not. It's just going to go straight to Prime. So, I mean, it seems to be everyone wanting to do that.
Yeah, I mean that Voltron movie wasn't supposed to be coming on theaters, but I think they're gonna put it on straight to streaming, or it's gonna have a theatrical release.
No, they canceled the theatrical release, so Voltron's
way.
going to come
Really?
straight to theater, straight to Prime. Yeah,
No way. Are you serious?
that's what I was reading a couple days ago.
You're probably right. Let me make sure to check because that's stupid. I mean, I'll be honest here. Is there a market right now for Voltron to be a live action movie? If we, as much as we shit on these Transformer movies, because they're kind of like the epitome of just getting shitted on, I couldn't imagine they do any good job with that. Because those have human characters in it too.
People love
Well,
mechs that come together and form
it's-
something else. It's great.
Yeah, it's lions that form a giant robot man. How could you not want to watch that?
Yeah, but the human characters they cast in these movies are abysmally awful. Like actually,
Well,
unwatchable.
how strong is Cavill as a leading man? If we're being honest,
No.
I mean, he's
strong.
getting
terrible.
he's getting better. I mean, he was
He's got some
better.
strong shoulders.
Oh yeah, he was better on the Tudors. He really showed some range on that. He really hasn't got a chance to do that since.
I mean, I don't think Henry Cavill can be if he's a leading man. I'm highly like, I don't know about that one.
People like him though, so he has that. He is the alpha nerd, so the nerds will horde around him.
Released in theaters. Let me see. Let me ask AI.
And he was good in.
You're right.
Mission
Yeah,
Impossible.
you're right. The hint. I'll just bring it up right here so you guys can see what I'm seeing too. Yeah, you're right. That's crazy. I mean, they want to put everything on a streaming service. The Henry Cavill live-action Voltron movie is not expected to have a theatrical release. It is likely to be released directly on Prime Video, according to reports from Cosmic Book News, Game Rant, and other outlets. While production has wrapped, there's been no official confirmation of the theatrical release date, and producer Bob Koplar has remained vague about the release strategy. Yep, that's going to streaming. Because if something is going to have a theatrical release, the release date would already kind of be there on it already. It would already be, because they announced what's crazy is you know about the release dates before the movie ever even actually physically exists to you anyway, which is crazy to think about when it comes to movie production.
Yeah.
Amazon has a history of releasing movies directly to Prime Video, such as Roadhouse.
Dude,
Whatever happened?
Roadhouse was. I'm just saying, like they promised. I believe that was Doug Liman, the director on that. They promised him theatrical release.
I remember that.
He just got screwed over, and then kind of the same thing with the Apple one. I think it was The Instigators. Just Lyman got wrecked last year.
What happened to There was this movie on Prime Video that I really enjoyed it. It was called The Tomorrow War. It was with Chris Pratt and J.K.
Oh, that
Simmons.
one was pretty decent.
That was decent. We
Yeah.
heard about they're supposed to be doing a sequel to it. Nothing. Crickets on it.
Well,
I'd like a
he's
Tomorrow
got
War.
another season of his Soldier on Revenge series. I forgot what it was called. That Chris Pratt. He's got that one Soldier series on there, and he did first season of that, and it had been announced he's going to do season 2. But Tomorrow War didn't really get much good traction. Not many people liked it, and it was kind of panned.
Yeah, like Tomorrow War was like I said before, it's decent. I feel like the execution of that movie was really bad. Like in terms of like what you were trying to execute as far as like time travel and aliens. They almost did it, but God, they were saying sequels. They always say that a sequel's been in development, but that's all you hear about these things, honestly. Sequel. Yeah, that's it.
And plus, if it gets a couple years, who cares anymore? Like, I mean, you lose a lot of traction if you take too long to do the sequel. Like the Batman sequel, who knows when the hell that's going to come out?
Remember the Purge movies? Oh God, the only realistic horror movies to ever probably exist is those. That's something you could see happening. It will never happen, but that's something you could envision. Be like, yeah, it's probably the most realistic that could happen, you know? Like the last Purge movie was trash. They hired fucking illegal immigrants to that's so bad. Awful fucking movie. Man, they released some trash recently. So I remember watching all these in theaters and going like, damn, these are horrible. Oh my goodness.
I'm glad that I don't have to like there's some people who watch everything in order to review it and have to for their work. I'm kind of glad I don't have to do that right now because it is a kind of an abysmal time for theater releases on stuff. There are some gems though, like I heard Sinners was amazing. I'd like to have seen that. I heard there's some good stuff, but for the most part, it's pretty.
Yeah, I've seen. So I like the first Purge movie is decent. The second's the best. 2 and 3 are coin flip the best ones. You could pick either one. Those are pretty good. I never saw the first Purge, but I saw the Forever Purge. That was just it was trash. Oh, so bad. Why did they ever release that garbage? They said they're gonna do a final one, but
the final Purge.
Yeah, it's gonna be. That's what it should be. So they had confirmed that Frank Grillo was supposed to come back. And then I don't know. Yeah, they've not announced anything about it. Honestly,
it's the day after the Purge that I think would be the shittiest because your neighbor spent the whole night trying to break into your house to kill you, and then the next day rolls around and you go outside your car and he's like washing his, just like, you son of a bitch, you know.
Yeah, there's been no announcements on these things. So a lot of these movies that came out that kind of bombed at the box office. I'm not saying the Forever Purge did. You hear like, oh, sequels announced. Oh, there's been some talks, and then it just kind of died out. That's it. Oh my God. Yeah, where's my Purge movies at? I like these. That's given how fucking dog shit they are sometimes.
Well, yeah, you think they would have, because with the Purge you could do all sorts of stuff. Like, imagine if you got caught in a different country during the Purge or some shit.
Yeah.
Like that would be interesting. But yeah, they they probably just didn't do it as well as they wanted to, and how many movies they make, like 5 or 6? It's a pretty good run for
The
anything.
last one, if you count marketing, was somewhat profitable. It's $18 million budget, took in $77 million, I think.
Yeah.
So that's
Or
pretty
they'll
good.
wait for like 10 years and do like a Final Destination movie kind of thing where they'll bring it back for the nostalgia of the Purge and the Final Purge,
The Final Purge. Oh God, jeez. Yeah. There's a Purge TV series. I remember that. It was canceled after 2 seasons.
I didn't even know they had one. That's too bad.
Yeah. Was it one of those like straight to streaming TV series?
That's my that's one of my favorite horror movies. That's my top 5. The Descent is so damn good. That's one.
Is that the one with the chicks going out into
cave?
the cave?
Yep.
Or
so good.
Okay.
Yeah, so damn good. That is just such a classic. Don't watch the sequel. That shit is awful. But that first movie, just so good.
One thinks you liked it a bit too much.
Did you ever watch that movie Crawl? The alligators?
No, the flood, right?
This is not the first time you've asked me that, but no, I passed up the gator flick.
You passed up the gator flick? Oh my God.
That gator flick. Yeah, was that the gator flick?
The gay Thor flick. No.
Well, that cleared it up. So Crawl, was it good? Would you recommend Crawl?
I think you would like it personally. Horror movies coming out in 2025. Yeah, I'll be honest here. I've probably had more time enjoying horror movies at the theaters than any other genre, honestly. I feel like horror's been the only genre to have made a comeback after all the other ones kind of went up and down.
Been pretty
I've
strong.
kind of enjoyed the revenge flicks because I think like choreographed fighting is in a renaissance right now. Like it's at its best. Even shitty movies have good choreographed fight scenes now, it seems like. So I'm enjoying like the Nobody or the John Wicks or the stuff coming out of Japan and Thailand. I've been enjoying that. So I've never been much of a horror movie fan because I don't really get scared too much at the jump scares, and some of the stuff just seems so ridiculous.
Yeah, once you kind of know that it's not people still think it's they're scary. It's like once you know, like the thought in my head that I went with to not be scared when I was younger was it's a movie, it's fake, it's not real. Then when I drilled that concept into my brain, I was like, I can't get scared. The way I look at horror movies to see if they're good or not is setting, because setting really does matter in a horror movie, and how you overcome a villain. Like, to be fair, characters will always, that's just a horror movie trope forever. Characters will always be trash. They'll never be good. Like,
I do like those slow burn horror films like Witch and Nosferatu, and the ones where it's kind of like just kind of real tension built. You usually get really good acting out of those. There was this one about, it was what was it? It was like a scarecrow on a, I forgot. There's a few ones that I've watched that I've enjoyed, but they're the more of the indie slow burn kind of horrors where it's all.
Oh, you can tell when a horror movie's indie. That camera quality. Woo.
Oh yeah.
So you have 28 years later. You got Bring Her Back. I Know What You Did Last Summer. That's what the legacy sequel to the original. They're just ignoring. What is with that concept now of horror movies? You ignore the other sequels and you just go as a direct sequel to the original. That's what you do.
Usually the second one sucks. So why not?
Is this a direct sequel to the fourth? This is the fourth film. I knew it. I knew it. I knew they're gonna do that. It's a direct sequel to the original, ignoring the other ones. Fucking hell, man. But
Bartels
the other ones actually
mentions
are
Creepshow and Cat's Eye. Such good horror movies.
Yeah.
Did you watch
Find Out That's Freddy? Anymore.
Did you guys ever watch Let the Right One In? Either
yes.
the original or the
original
American?
is so good.
Oh,
the remake isn't bad, but that original is just amazing.
That is like one of the best vampire movies ever.
Let the Right One In. Have I heard of that?
Yeah.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, there's
Probably
two
not.
versions
It's
of
artsy.
it. Yeah, there's two versions of it. The original one is what is it? French?
Oh,
or
Damn.
I can't remember.
I hope they never remake this movie. They should never make
I think
not
it's
Fright.
French.
Fright Night. I think that's the movie I'm thinking about.
They remade
I
that
want
one.
another Monster Squad. That
That
was
would
really
be
a horror
awesome.
film, but I think it would be awesome if we got another
Clown
Monster Squad.
in Cornfield. I saw a trailer.
You've never
for
heard of the
this.
clown in the cornfield?
No, is this a remake or is this the first time
No.
for this thing?
It's an original one.
It's an original one. Okay, all right.
It's kind of
That wouldn't
smaller.
work.
LG,
Yeah.
what's
Oh
up, man?
hell yeah!
Yo, what's going on, man? How y'all doing?
Hey, hello, LG. Nice to meet you.
What up,
Hi,
man?
Black
Nice to
man.
meet you, man. What up, man? Black man? Me? What?
I thought you were a white black man.
No, that's what you call yourself every day.
Yeah, that's true. Like I speak facts. So
Sure
we'll
you
be here
do.
for like another 30 minutes. I'm gonna go chill out and relax, bang my wife, give her
Mhm.
4 thrusts, you know,
Right. Right. If you really love it, 4.5. Right.
4.5. Yeah. You do a minute
Best
for
10
one.
seconds of her life.
Right. Exactly. 7 seconds of heaven type shit.
Did you just wake up or are you going to work?
I just woke up. I was actually off today.
You're off today? Oh, okay.
Yeah, my
Man,
little sister graduated today.
oh, it's great. Awesome. Hell yeah.
Mm.
Congrats. So
Yeah.
Nice.
I went to
Yeah.
a strip club in Vegas.
Congratulations.
Dude, them girls' asses be doing tricks, man.
Yeah, Vegas. Yeah, they probably be showing they'll probably really show about in Vegas. They're probably their style and stuff up there.
That's
Probably
pro
hella
level.
expensive too.
Yeah, it was
Probably,
$50 to get in. Stupid. How much did charge you get in your? How much did charge you get in your club? What? $20?
25. Because we're after hours
Fuck.
too, so
He
we're
charge you
after
50 though.
Do you get the
hours.
Tuesday kind of girl squad, or you get the Saturday weekend kind of girl squad?
Depending on the day. Sometimes I'll get the Saturday weekend. Like on the weekend, we'll get the girls. But it's like a lot of times, like it depends on who shows up. Because the way we have our stuff set up is a lot of the girls. We try to encourage the girls to go throughout the week.
Yeah.
If they want to, in order for them to have like to keep their house fees low or whatever, they got to show up at least one day throughout the week, so they won't have a low house fee. So they'll try to
Yeah.
at least get come out throughout the week. You know what I'm
Because
saying?
the
Because everybody just
yeah.
want to work the weekend. You can't just always just work the weekend. Type
Yeah,
shit.
because the girls were telling me. I mean, there was one. The black girls were trash there. Those girls were garbo. God, man.
I
And
don't know,
one of
man.
them was saying like, "Oh, I have to work 6 days to do this." Like, strippers work 6 days?
Yeah.
Damn, that's insane.
Yeah, they have to. Sometimes they do. Yeah, they really need the money. And if you're talking about Vegas, though, like Vegas has a higher cost of living anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
And Vegas is going 24 hours a day. So, I mean, you're constantly having tourists walking around there. It's like just nonstop.
exactly. Yeah, it's not like they close. Like I don't
Is
know
your-
if they ever have.
Is your
some-
security guard buff and black like Shaq?
Oh, we got several security guards. We got some of them are like, well, since we're in Texas, some of them are like Latino descent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we do have some of them. You know what I'm saying? Like we got security and we got like a bouncer and stuff like that. Yeah. Hold on one second. I'll put my shirt on real quick.
You're good.
Because I literally just hopped on. I was like, let me hop in. Because I know last time I said I was going to join up, I ended up
Just
I
left me
got
like my
caught in
dad.
another conversation.
That's how black people are. They leaving me. God damn.
Hey,
But
maybe that's a
I
personal
think
problem.
because like earlier in the chat we were talking about like girls and shit, and
Yeah.
it's like, oh my god, like I'm not. People understand. I'm not trying to like. It's not hate when I shit on women. It's not. It generally does come from a place of love. It does. I want women to be better than the quality that they're giving me. Like girls, like when a girl turns like 18, 19 and they're considered an adult, dudes will be like, but you shouldn't date them because like power dynamic and age gap and all that nonsense. All right, cool. By that logic, then they shouldn't vote. Then we can't trust women to pick their sexual partners. So why are we trusting them to vote and make decisions in
fucking
our
stupid.
life that's going to impact us? What?
What's funny as hell, like it's always the thing that always gets me is like, oh well, you can't date her. They're starting to do that. It's really on Twitter. It's really a social media Twitter thing. Because really in real life, most people don't give a fuck, right? You might get an eyebrow raiser here or there.
Yeah.
Most people don't really in real life. Most people don't give a fuck. But I find it weird that if it's the guy being pursuant, like say you, MSK, you get a guy that's 18, 19, 20, you're looked at as predatory. But her, it's okay for her because you got the money, you're over here giving money, providing for all that. It's okay for her it's not okay for you. And I'm like, no, fuck that. Like, let's
Yeah.
stop. Let's
So,
stop the
and the
cap.
girl, because keep in mind, if we're supposed to be like, oh, girls can make their own decisions and blah 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 blah. Well, if we can't trust them if we can't trust them to make decisions on who to pick as a partner, why are we trusting them to make decisions that can impact everyone's lives? Like, it's ridiculous. I just don't follow that level of logic. Like, if someone's that stupid or that, keep in mind, it's not really stupid when you're that young. You're just naive. You don't know any better. That's fine. But I wouldn't trust you to fucking change a tire. I won't trust you to. I mean, I might trust you to open a door. Like, I don't know, man. People either that's the thing. Girls either get too much, either they're applied too much agency or they're applied much less agency. There's no in between. There's literally no in between. You know
what?
Like,
that's actually, that's actually for the first time in a while from you. That's actually an agreeable statement.
What do you like? What the fuck? That was a hard diss and a compliment at the same time. He does that shit everyone else
somebody
does.
should mark the date.
He does that shit everyone else does.
Great.
People like, I know you said something.
Great?
Yeah, people like, I know you said something really, really insightful, but you're usually typically fucking retarded. Like, what?
Somebody clipped that. Like, it's like, or put that in my journal. MSK said something smart today.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. He said,
like you see those girls on fucking TikTok, and they'll post these videos, and they'll be like, men this, men that, and it's like, okay, but okay, so like the number one thing I always go after is equality too. So women will be like, we're equal. First of all, we're not, and just this is how the logic goes with women. I've studied women. I know women better than they know themselves. So women, whenever you ask a girl, what do you want out of a guy? They'll say the typical thing. Oh, he's got to be 6 foot tall. He's got to make $100K a year. He's got to have a nice car. He has to pay all my bills. Hey, he has to pay his bills too. He's got to drive me to work. He's got to pay me all this money. He's got to give me a new purse. He got to do my nails and all this stuff. All right, cool. So how does that make us equal? You want someone that's smarter than you, taller than you, stronger than you, more money than you. How in the world does that make us equal? That is not equal. That is like the opposite of equal. Not how that works.
MSK, you'll find most women will settle for someone who's over 6 feet tall. So, you're still screwed.
I'm 5'9". I'm almost 6 feet tall.
You're not even close. But if to a woman, not
no,
even
but like
close.
I'm saying,
if you would have stand next to a 6 foot nigga right now, if you would have stood to a 6 foot dude, you would be dwarfed in comparison. Okay, that's it.
No, but it's so crazy. Like when you kind of follow the lingo that girls talk about, it's so cringe. Like you want to be treated equal, but you want someone that's better than you in like 5 different categories. How does that work? That doesn't work.
You have to. That's the sample size. Like when you see these guys doing the TikTok videos or out in the street interviewing people, how many women do they have to interview before they found one that actually thought that way? Now. I think a lot of
actually it's reverse. Most of the girls think that way. It's the rare ones that don't think like that.
Well, I know the social media age has kind of created this deal where women they're some of the ideals that younger women have of like what a medium salary is for a man. Like they'll say like 200,000 when it's like 40, over the average salary for a male in America. So I mean there is some disconnection there, but I'm not going to paint a brush over all women for that one. But I do think there is quite a few delusional women on social media who think, that every guy's got to be over 6 foot and make 200 grand a year and have a 3 foot long cock, that kind of shit.
But, Jesus Christ. Like, so the thing with this is like, and I've been saying, this is something I've been saying off and on in various discussions. I think MSK, I kind of mentioned it in our group chat. It is a lot of the stuff that's talked about, and the reason why it's a big problem now, especially with social media, is a lot of that stuff is stuff that's coming out that's been taught for years. You know what I'm saying? We've been taught fundamentally different, and that's right now is the biggest problem. And to me, nobody's really saying nothing about it.
And I'll say that to your point. There's 2 conflictions to it. So like, there's a certain point in life where guys literally couldn't criticize women. Otherwise, you would be vilified as one of the worst people on the planet. Now, things have changed to the point where you can criticize women, and it's not as bad to tank those blows, Because at one point, you were just basically told, like, you just got to I don't know, not simp for women, but just like, whatever.
Take it. Just
women are always right. That's the same. Remember? Women are always right.
Plus, we live in an economy now that the middle class has been pretty much ruined. So there are a lot of men out there who can't afford to buy houses, are probably never going to be able to afford to buy houses unless something massively changes. They can't provide what they used to be able to do. And I've noticed if you look at the birth rate numbers, there's more mothers than there are fathers, meaning that there's more women going for the same guy, and the option pool is shrinking. So that leaves a huge number of these men who are just trying to survive. And it's like, well, you work full time at a Safeway. It's like, well, yeah, that's the only work I could find. The mill jobs and the $120,000 a year jobs are no longer really that available anymore. So that also puts down on like unrealistic views on what men can do, and men not being able to provide the role that they feel like they should will also affect relationships along those lines. And if you got a bunch of the girls fucking the same top 10% of dudes, and they're just fucking every chick they can because they're giving it to them, then you start finding a real big disparity between, single moms, and it's all like, the 3 chicks all with the same dude as the father,
There's also several things too. Like, what I find crazy about women sometimes is they're just not thinking about. Maybe one day a certain group of women after this generation will come up and realize, hey, wait a minute, we should consciously think about our decisions. Like, there's a reason why people make jokes about women being too emotional, because like they're not thinking. They think like emotional first, and then potentially logically later on down the road. They don't think about red flags. Like that marriage tweet that I put out, that got me a lot of traction. I didn't say you shouldn't get married. What I said was that it's not financially reasonable or viable for a man to get married. And I said financially. I didn't say loving. I'm not saying emotionally. Emotionally, if you had a great wife, that's great. I said, here's what I said, because people are retarded on Twitter. You people's moms severely, maybe she almost aborted your ass because you guys were retarded on there on that fucking platform. Yeah, it's not. And the reason why I know this, I've literally looked into this days sometimes to see, like, okay, what are people saying with marriage? Let me look into it. There's these things in some of these states, like Washington and maybe Texas, where you have this thing called non-fault divorce. You don't even have to be married to a woman, and she can completely take all of your money, alimony, child support. Now, there are guys out there that won't pay child support. I think there should be a thing where how much money does a child need, not taking all of his money to make sure your child's taken care of. That's fine. I have no problem with that. But it's not financially reasonable for a man to get married when she could just take all your money. How is that a benefit to you? And someone says, but you'll get emotional out of it. That's awesome. How does that financially benefit you if she could take all your money? You're going to be depressed. You might off yourself. How is that beneficial to you? You lose everything.
Right. MSK. Well, just find a rich chick, and then you can go the other way with it.
That's true. You need to become a sugar baby. Get yourself a sugar mama.
Right.
You're gonna have to get a haircut if you do that, though.
That's the thing. Like, no, well, hey, sometimes sugar mama might like that. They like that little bush up top. You know what I'm saying? Feel me? But no, like I think part of the problem is it's like I've been saying it's fun. Like fundamentally, we're taught different. And like I said, I personally don't care. Like I'm of that mind of like, look, in a degree, a woman can do whatever she wants, right?
Yeah.
If she wants to be a mechanic, if she wants to be in a male-dominated field, great.
Go ahead.
However, she does have to realize that if she realizes and understands that her workflow might be a little bit different, and she understands that, and she's able to thrive in spite of, that's even great. You know what I'm saying? But I think, like in a lot of cases, I think a lot of times that especially nowadays, a lot of men just want a woman that's capable, and I think a capable woman shouldn't be a man's fantasy. Like honestly, if you look at all of this shit, like, okay, I'm just talking about a regular, straight, capable woman. And it should be, there are certain things that should be just regular, common fucking sense, right? I think everybody to a degree should know how to do something with their car. For example, since we mentioned mechanics, okay?
Yeah.
You should know basic stuff with your car. You should know how to check your tires, your oil, gas.
MSK?
You know what I'm saying?
Do you know how to change your blinker fluid?
I know how to change oil. I know how to do that.
Yeah, or at least know where to go.
Yeah, you drive to Jiffy Lube and then they change it for you.
Right. Hey, if you know where to go, if you know where to fucking go on some real shit, You know what I'm saying? Like, if you know where to go on some real shit, then that's fine. That's another thing too. But it's also good to like have an idea of what to, what to look for in your car. So, and the same thing with like housekeeping, like certain stuff, like being able to clean, cook, it, that's life skills shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why, for some reason, we regulated it to men versus women, especially nowadays. A lot of that stuff that's men and women related, that's literally life skill shit. So, at some point, you have to know how to say, hey, look, I need to know how to do this. I need to know how to do that. Now, whether you're good at it or not, that's a whole different story. But at the end of the fucking day, like I said, a lot of what's the problems.
These should be like basic qualifications to have a partner,
in
regardless.
Regardless of gender. So, do you know how to do certain things? And the other part of the problem is that, like I said, men were taught to respect women, to all of this, that, and the third. But then women are still being taught to this day, and this is something that's been going on for years, that women are being taught to use men in a lot of cases. You know what I'm saying? That's where the disconnect is, because I honestly personally think that in a separate timeline that this would still be happening with the internet, that there will still be women out there that are posing online, doing the things. A lot of people think that's the problem. It's not. It's something that was going to happen regardless, because it's happening. It happens. You know what I'm saying?
When people say, dude, when people say shit like, "Oh, well, it's just girls on the internet," they don't represent all women. That's still literally not true. There's stats to back it up that a lot of women act like that. But it's like that. It's like
even
that person
even
that
the
tells
more even the more unattractive, like even the regular
Unattractive,
looking women or unattractive, straight up ugly women, they have the same thing, because they're all taught from the same playbook. You get what I'm saying? And there's, like I said, like a lot of single parents in the household. I think Warren,
a lot of single moms now.
You know what I'm saying? So what happens what's supposed to happen is the mom's in the house and dad's in the house. Mom teaches you, hey, respect all women, this, that, and the third, right? Dad is supposed to be there and be like, yes, your mother is right, but yes, you respect all women, but not every woman is deserving of respect. Does that make sense? So
you deserve respect as well.
Right, and that too. You deserve respect as well, especially since you're the one that is technically the prize, right? That you're the one that's protecting, you're the one that's providing. You need somebody that's going to appreciate you. That's or women that's going to appreciate you if you're never what's the word? Polygamy.
Polygamous?
Polygamous, or you know what I'm saying, all that shit. However you decide to do it, but it's also how you communicate, right? So that's the issue. There's a disconnect in between how we're taught, and men. That's why the red pill became that. The men going their own way movement.
You had that feminist part of it. So the way we grew up. So the way we grew up back in the day, as you said, it was. I mean, even based off, like, if you want to add religion to it, you had more. I'm not saying virgin women, but you had more men that will go after women that would be virgins based off like how we viewed life. Now, a lot of these women that you said, they grew up in the feminist movement time period rising. So that's their way of looking at things versus like when we grew up, this is how you kind of looked at things, And it's hard because you really can't blame them because they weren't taught any better. That was how they were taught growing up. So like, that's all they know, That's why they look down on housewife. They're like, your husband treats you like a slave. You're a housewife. What in the fuck? What in the literal fuck?
I mean, it makes sense. Like, what are you supposed to do? Like, if it's really common sense, right? So if I'm out supposedly working 40, 80 hours a week, heaven forbid, I don't have time. I generally don't have time for housework. So that means you as a person, you should know how to
hold it down.
Clean. You got, as a respect, got to be able to hold that shit down. But also here's the reality too, right? A lot of people used to say back in the day, men were going, men were working, and men were doing all, men were going out working and the women were staying home. Bullshit. Okay. Majority of women, it was two-parent, most of two-parent households, they were dual income. That means both husband and wife were working. And what they did, especially within the Black families, a lot of that, what had happened was the man and woman come together. They would sit down and talk and say, hey, look, this is what we need to do. Okay, I'm working this job. I make this amount of money. Okay, you work this other job. You're making this amount of money. Okay, let's put our stuff together. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I'm doing this. I'm making this. I'm making that. Okay, I got the rent. I got the rent, this utility, that utility. Okay, you got, the other, maybe a smaller portion of the rent and the other rest of the utilities. You know what I'm saying? So we come together, we do our thing, and we're working together. That's the thing. Like, I got to find the thing that I found, but it was like 50, because people made it sound like the number was huge, but in reality, it was like 50 back in like 1970s, 1960s maybe. Both parents were working. The number of dual income households was like single income households, where the men were only working was like maybe 50 something percent.
Yeah, it was just like given inflation.
It was close to half. It was close to half.
It was just more common back then that one person could just have a job and it could take care of everything.
You could survive on one income. That was the big difference. As it gets down up to currently, even like for example, my father worked at a paper mill that was close to where we're at, and he could work, and my mother didn't have to. Fast forward to today, the same person working at the same mill is now living in an apartment, and their wife is also working part-time in order to keep 2 cars and rent. And it's the same job because the cost of living has gone up so much. So the dual income households is becoming a big thing. And if it's a single parent household, which I have nothing but the utmost respect for single parents, because I see how much work dual parenting is, trying to struggle. You have to remember those parents aren't home all the time. So there's a lot of babysitters. There's a lot of
maybe the kids are watching themselves. That's what we
watching
did.
themselves.
We watched ourselves.
They're not getting any guidance at all.
And that's the thing is given. I mean, that's also a mixture of like many things. It's just back then you could have a 1-parent income household. Now you have to have 2 based off the fact that things have really increased in price over time. Food, utilities, everything. Literally everything has gone up in price. So you have to have essentially 2 people working. And I know guys don't. The reason why as a guy you don't want your girl working is because you want them to spend all the time with the kids, because kids need so much time and attention. It makes sense why you don't want them to have to work. And come on, who the fuck wants to work? Working is fucking Jesus Christ. If I didn't work, I wouldn't. But like, it's understandable why guys want their wives at home, because you could dedicate all the time to taking care of the kids. You don't have to worry about work.
I low key don't. I mean, here's a bit of a hot take at this point, especially nowadays. I don't, because a lot of women use that as a chance to be lazy. And I don't like I said, I'm at that point where I don't like I don't like women who are lazy. I'm not trying to be mean, rude, and nasty. Like, I don't like a lot of women, and I hate to take a page out of MSK here because God, it makes me sound like MSK.
God.
But like I don't like, I'm not gonna sit up here because I remember telling my ex some years ago when we were sitting there talking. Like I don't like lazy. Like I don't like when girls are just sitting there being lazy. Like, don't get me wrong, there's a difference between having lazy moments and you're just tired, or you're going through some shit.
Or if you're like a mom with like 4 kids,
you know what I'm saying, and you're going through some shit. That's understandable. But like at the end of the day, you still get shit done. You know what I'm saying?
You don't want a woman that's a bum, essentially.
Well, if she's gonna stay home and you got a couple kids, then she should be getting them to school. House should be clean. Meals should be ready.
Laundry,
and if you're both working, then it's like, okay, I'll do laundry on my days off. You go do this on your days.
I'm not saying
we'll
not
balance everything.
Yeah.
But if she's going to stay home, then she should be taking care of the household, and that's a lot of work if they're doing it the right way. A laundry is something you have to consistently do every day when you have kids. So you don't want just someone sitting around doing nothing, and then you come home and then you're doing a bunch of household stuff after working full time.
Like, if I was with someone and we didn't have kids, I'll tell her, no, like, I don't want you sitting at home bored and boring. Like, if you want a job, go and get one. But, if it ever came to a point where there was marriage and kids, I don't think it's viable for you to have a job, because, like, inherently as a mom, for what I've learned with women, looked up for women inherently, even when they have a job and have kids, the reason why they don't make much money is because they don't want to take the overtime, because they want to go home and spend time with the kids. So that would also be like, women will inherently want to spend time with their kids. Well, at least if you're a good, decent woman, not the shitty ones that are not taking care of their kids. It's an inherent thing that they'll want to do. Like, every woman at my job, whenever time to go home, they want to go home, be with the kids. Every single one of them. They don't want overtime at all.
Which is fair, right? Which is understandable and fair. But then at the same time, like, a lot of times it's like, hey, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, man. And sometimes you gotta put in work, like, and I'm talking about on a general human being level. And a lot of people want this grown stuff. They want to be grown so bad, and then they realize, being grown, sometimes you got to do a little bit extra. Sometimes nowadays, a lot of us are realizing that, hey, when I say it's cutoff time, it's cutoff time. When I need this done, or I need to move around, or hey, I gotta go home, boom. I don't agree with that. I don't think feminism it was gonna be two income households anyway.
I think the economy.
It was always going to
forced
lead to
that.
that because of the
Yeah.
economy. It was always
Yeah,
going to
it
lead.
was
to
gonna- that was
the economy.
forced to be.
The feminist shit was just like the tip over the iceberg kind of shit. Honestly,
Yeah. No, I think honestly that's the hard. I think that's the hardest thing that we got to realize is like just in general. So like folks, like a lot of people just have this idea of, oh well, you're supposed to take care of me. You're supposed to do this and a third. And I'm like, for what? Like that's my mental is like, for fucking what?
that's what
What am I doing? What am I getting? Like seriously, what am I taking care of you for?
A girl
you
will be
are
like, you
seeing
have
a
to do
lot-
all these, that, and the third, and I'll be like, well, what the fuck are you doing? If I'm doing all these things, if I'm doing all that for you, what are you giving me? You'll be like, my personality, my fucking mouth. The hell? The fuck? What I got?
Well, you're starting to see more men just wanting to stay essentially single. It's like, I'll just take care of my own shit, play my video games, drink beer, hang out with my friends, have my own house, and just, roll that way. And you're starting to see that rise up. And you're also starting to see what I heard they're called passport bros, where guys are now thinking about going to other countries to pick up wives because they're more traditional. So it's there's lots of interesting trends rolling around. It's just it's like trying to be together with someone and build something with the cost it takes to raise children and everything. It almost gets to the point where it's like, why are we even doing this kind of deal? So, and birth rates are dropping across the board. America has a birth rate problem, even though we're doing better than most other countries. But like China's birth rate issue is damn near going to cripple the country in the next 10 years.
The whole men being virgins and staying at home. Wasn't there a stat where like there's more male virgins than there are nowadays compared to years ago?
Till they get the sex bots perfected. Those guys will never going to leave home then.
Yeah, them guys are out there.
Oh god! I remember I looked this up a long time ago, but the AI stuff is easy with the bullet points. Based on the recent studies and reports, here's a summary of the situation regarding men who are virgins in the 2020s. Rising rates of male virginity and sexlessness. I don't fall into that category. I have.
This is a common search of yours?
No. Oh, God. Fuck
Gray. God damn it, Gray.
God damn it, Gray. Studies indicate a significant increase in the rate of young adult male virginity and sexlessness in recent years. For men aged 22 through 34, the proportion reporting never having had sex rose from 4% in 2013 through 2015 to 10% in 2022 and 2023. The overall rate of sexlessness among men has also risen, with 24% of men in 2022 through 2023 reporting no sexual activity compared to 9% in 2013 and 2015. God damn. Among men aged 18 through 20, one study found that 50.52% to be virgins, though this finding warrants closer examination, as explained below. For men over 25 and under 30, only 1.9% are virgins, according to data psychology.
Well, they discover hookers by the time they're 20. So
they're in that rarefied 1%, MSK.
Factors contributing to this trend: social and cultural shifts. Social and cultural factors significantly influence male virginity rates across different countries. Lack of opportunity / partners. A substantial percentage of men cite a lack of opportunities or partners as reasons for remaining virgins. That one, I have to. If you're a picky person, that would make a lot of sense. But that's crazy.
Sure, that's the issue.
Maybe. I mean, who knows? The incel movement. While male sexlessness is a documented trend, it's important to note that the incel movement, representing involuntary celibate individuals, offers problematic and sometimes dangerous explanations for this phenomenon that are not supported by broader societal analysis. Good Lord.
Incels together strong.
We're gonna form the Incel-vengers.
Y'all better leave them incels alone. They doing something, bro. They trying to do something else.
I mean,
like they're trying to do everybody's trying to push back with the pendulum's trying to swing the other way with the whole, we don't want certain types of women now. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I made this argument in my Strip Club Chronicles, both live and fucking I have a live version of the show, and I also do record it. I actually just recorded talking with one of the dancers I work with, Naomi. That's a good one if y'all want to go take it out. It's like about part one is like 5 minutes or so. So here's the thing. A lot of people do this whole incel and being picky. Being picky, I understand, kinda, I guess. But the reality is that we're visual, okay? As men, we're fucking visual, okay? And I'm not trying to be funny. A lot of people, let's just be honest, a lot of men don't like ugly women, okay? Like you want something that you're gonna look at and you're gonna be cool with. Okay, let's just be fucking for real with yourself. You're now for our definition, for a lot of men in general are a lot more broader. Even though we are visually, we're visually aroused in a lot of cases, we are willing to accept in general a wider variety, you know what I'm saying, of looks than women do typically. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean we have to just sit up here and just settle for the low end if that's what we want. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So the problem is that a lot of times if women want to say, oh, we're settling this, that, and the third. Okay, we got to be smart. Like, okay, if we find out that a girl is settling or if she feels like she's settling, stop entertaining it. Period.
Yep.
I don't care.
That's not lasting.
That's that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care. Like, if it is just for kicks,
that is basically calling
that.
you trash without essentially calling you trash, saying she has to settle
exactly. So keep that similar mentality, and it's not to be rude to women. I'm not saying to be rude to a chick. I'm just saying, hey, look, if you're not really feeling a chick like that, and you're like, well, she's all right, but this, that, and the third, she doesn't match what I really want. I'm just gonna chill with her and take things as they go. Okay, you have every right to do that, just like how women do. You have that same right. And matter of fact, even more so in my personal opinion, even more so because you're the one that's providing, you're the one that's protecting, you're the one that's going out of your way in general. So what I'm saying is exercise your options. Even if you don't have much, still, like, being by yourself is an option too. You know what I'm saying? Being a quote unquote incel or involuntary celibate is an option too. So take that option with what you will. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop. The problem is a lot of us are letting our status, like the status of other people or the opinions of other people, especially women. And I'm not saying that to sound like MSK, to ruin our lives. You know what I'm saying? I say it to be a little bit more respectful. I'm saying you have control of your own shit. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm personally.
And then most guys gotta understand this too. You might be turned on by that girl. You might think she's hot. If we're being super honest here, you're invisible to most women. Like, literally, if you hypothetically, if you worked at a Denny's or a Starbucks, you walked up to these women and you serve them food, you're invisible to them. They literally do not know you exist outside of.
They don't look down to see you, MSK, but most of us can be seen.
Like, once you realize you're invisible to most women that exist, you start looking at things a little differently. Like, I mean, because those same girls would be like, well, there's no good men out there, as they pass up every good man possibly in front of them. Like,
things also change as you get older too. Like, when you're younger, looks is a big part of it, but then as you get older, it's looks and other things because you've had experiences. It's like looks is part of it, but then when you get in your 40s and 50s, you're starting to be like, well, looks is great, but you also have to be able to do this, because there's certain things in your life that you've got kind of going on there. But when you're younger, it's driven a lot more by looks. And whenever like when she says she's settling, you want someone to be with you because she wants to be with you. If she's with you for any other reason aside from that, then that means the chances of her leaving you in the future just go way up. Because what happens? She's settling for you now. What happens when something better, quote unquote, better comes along? Then you're gone. So it's like she needs to understand. You want somebody who understands what they're getting into and accepts you for the way you are. Because if she's trying to change you, or if she's settling, then the chances of her leaving you just go exponentially up.
Yeah. And that's part of the problem, right? So, like, I mean, like I said, I don't try to be like MSK up here. Don't listen to MSK kids.
No one should
don't
do
listen to don't listen to him.
that.
I do. I'm just saying, this is the and keep in mind that doesn't really technically just apply to women. You're actually invisible to most people in real life, given how we walk and talk and do all that stuff. But like if we're going off women in general, women can essentially have like the pick of the litter at a certain point in their age, and then when they hit a wall, we get the pick of the litter as we get older. It's fascinating how it all works. But up to right now, you're invisible to most women that exist out there. Really, like
So you figured it
interact
out? You just
interact
gotta
with
pick through
a
the
lot of
litter?
go to a Walmart, interact with most women that are like single. They'll fucking hell, they'll turn you away faster than that. Like you can just be saying hi, how are you doing? How's your
Did you
day?
just say that you try to pick up women at the Walmart?
No,
Wow.
hey man,
Great,
the chip section go hard,
just out
dog.
here. Hey,
The
Gray
chip
out
section
here.
is fucking fire, dude. Come on, man.
It
Don't
be
knock
like
the chip
that
section.
Hey, find all the snacks in the chip section. I know that's what you're trying to say.
Hey, yo, he's going there being like what it tastes like in the beef jerky section.
Hey, you know what? You smell a little extra fish in the beef jerky section. That's crazy.
Oh, you know, girl. Okay, this is what I say to girls. Girls are like, oh my god, I don't shave down there. Okay, there's a reason why you shave down there. It's because there's body odor. Because when you wear pants, it doesn't get air, so it stinks. That's a very common thing. So if you don't shave, that's gonna stink like that's gonna actually smell disgusting. If a girl ain't shaving there, yuck.
There's some.
I'm just saying.
Unfortunately, I'm just saying. There's some guys in there that like that shit low key.
Oh god. Oh my god.
They like the little bush down there, bro. They like that bush, man.
gotta
They like to
avoid
go. They like the explore the jungle. You feel me?
Yeah. You just gotta just move your tongue up and down, side to side. That's what I was taught in
Right.
porn. You know?
Yeah, bro. This man about to kick this man's ass, bro. We about to kick him.
I'm a porn connoisseur over here.
You
Porn
watch a lot of
connoisseur.
it?
Hey, if you do, you do. I don't. That's your
I'm
business.
just-
I'm like,
I've just noticed how women act. I'm not saying that every girl really does it. But these are traits in a
Funny as fuck.
lot of women. But we'll be heading out here just a little bit. It's great to have LG come on for a little bit. You know, a black man came and saved me. Can't say that for my dad. It's all good.
Like, what's wrong? What's wrong? Like, let that man do something what he wants with his hair, Miss Sparkle. If that's what
I don't
he
even
wanna
care
do.
anymore. Women don't care what I do with my hair. No one cares. I don't care anymore. Who gives a fuck? I'll shove my hair up my ass one point, clean me out or something. All right. So, LG, you got anything coming up? Plans you like to let the audience know about? You got any
Oh,
Rippaverse
man.
reviews for the
I
comics?
I actually need to get more of the Rippaverse stuff because I've been busy with work, man. I tell the story often, but like a couple of weeks ago, man, they've been giving me more days in my job. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know, the fun part, you know, I'm glad that I'm competent at my job. You know, that's always a good thing. But it does come with its downsides, is that you're always being, you know, sometimes called in.
I don't want to go over that fighting game community shit. Oh my
God, don't even. Oh, fuck.
Did you see
them,
that
man.
video? Do you see that picture when they were
Which
all
one?
in front of those TVs and then the people thought they were girls? All them motherfuckers were troons. There was a dude who was wearing the Adventure Time teddy bear. 5-year-old girls have that teddy bear. How as a man can a girl respect you if you walk outside with a teddy bear? Your ass is 23 years old.
Hey, let them. Hey, like I said, hey, let them
Nah,
express
fuck you.
themselves.
If-
Give them a chance to express themselves.
If that guy is saying, "I'll get girls, man," I don't know why I don't get girls. You're right. You go outside with a teddy bear in your arms. You
Hey,
deserve no
MSK.
women.
Don't you have a Dora pillow?
No, I don't. And that was given to me by my ex, and she also gave me a dildo for my birthday. She's weird.
So
Well, I mean, she knows what you
gave you a
collect.
deal.
I threw
So
him
she
away.
told you to go. So
She basically
essentially, she
told
told
me
you
to
to
go
go.
fuck myself.
Yeah, exactly.
She
Go
literally
fuck
did.
yourself,
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but like people in the fighting game community is full of. I can't say that word on YouTube. It's full of Decepticons and Looney Tunes. Oh hell no! What happened? It used to be so like macho based, and now it's just full of sissy soy boy who cut off their genitals. What the hell happened?
Prefer your men macho.
Yes, I would prefer if dudes act like dudes and not women. That's crazy. Maybe here's the real secret nobody thought of. Maybe they're trying to be women so they can get girls. Dudes will do anything to get a nut off these days, even including changing.
That's crazy. You know what's funny? And the funny part is that the girls actually go for it. That's the crazy part.
Oh my god! If
seen that
someone's
happen.
like, if someone's like, I'm a troon because I'm just going after women. I mean, like, I guess I wouldn't do that. I have self-respect. But yeah, if you're a dude that's complaining you can't get girls and you're walking outside with a Adventure Time teddy bear in your arms, that's not
Probably
even
it was
using
just for the event, honestly. It may be just for the
Maybe it
event, for the
was.
look. You
But
know,
you
but
see
like I
those
said,
pics,
personally, I
yeah.
got a lot of shit that I'm working on right now. I'm trying to get some music stuff done. I gotta get the strip, like I said, I've been doing Strip Club Chronicles. I've been doing Empress
Yeah.
Court podcast. I need to get y'all. I need to get more work on getting more guests and stuff on. The only difference is I'm not using StreamYards. I use OBS. So you know,
Okay.
but you know, it is what it is, and you know, it's you know, I'm having a good time trying to get my numbers, you know, get back into doing my music and doing all this other stuff. So y'all can find me on YouTube.
Riververse detractors are still trash.
Stupid. Oh, forever trash, bro.
I don't know why.
I don't know.
Some of them have been randomly tagging me, and I'm like, all right, you leave me alone. I don't know who this guy is.
You guys are just talking about CG, right? Because that's the only really Riververse
Yeah.
detractors there are.
Yeah,
Me
yeah. A
and
lot of
EVS
people
block each other. My timeline has never looked so clean without EVS.
There's people on CG whose entire career is shitting on Riververse every day.
And
Like,
the crazy
yeah.
part is not doing anything but he's just still getting to the money. That's the crazy part.
And
You know,
that
and I
old
say this,
retarded bitch Katie did the fucking trailer park trash, fucking looking like Eminem's mom from 8 Mile and shit.
don't you disrespect Eminem's mom like that. That is a legend. She birthed a legend. Okay, you will respect Eminem.
No, the
his
lady
mother.
who played his mom in 8 Mile. She looked like her, except way uglier and got wrinkles and fucking got hit. Katie did hit the wall years ago. Maybe she watched too much Inuyasha.
Well, it shows like Comicsgate is its own little universe. So
that's Bizarro World. That's not a universe.
If they talk shit, they're only talking shit to themselves, and no one listens to them. They don't have any credibility, and their audiences are shrinking. So it's like,
yeah,
they're just talking shit just to get reactions out of people at this point. They really don't. They don't move anything. Nothing EVS has said has slowed down Eric. Eric July is doing great now. I mean, he's doing good numbers on all of his books. So Riververse is just rolling right along, and Comicsgate just kind of feels like they broke down the side of the road and they're just shouting crap right now and just yelling because they're not going anywhere. It doesn't feel like they're getting anything done.
They never like, honestly, a lot of them, and I made a post a while ago talking about this shit because it's so true. A lot of them, anybody who's detracted from the Ripperverse right now, or trying to detract the Ripperverse right now, they have no content, right? They're a failed or failing comic book pro, right? If they're a content creator, they either have no content, or their content is focused around drama, or they weren't successful anywhere else. You know what I'm saying? Or any of the stuff that they're trying to do. Okay. Let me see. It either like that or just drama, or they're trying to drama farm. Really, they have nothing going for themselves, because if they had anything going for themselves, they would literally be focusing on that. They will be laser focusing on that. They would be celebrating Eric July, because that actually would potentially get them more eyes on them. You know what I'm saying? And now they've essentially shot themselves in the foot. You know what I'm saying? They've essentially, I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's whoever's in that Comicsgate that's talk shit about Eric July has essentially shot themselves in the foot. At that point, because nobody wants to fuck. Like, it's bad enough that right now, when it comes to indie comics, that not a lot of people are looking, at that type of shit anyway. You know what I'm saying? MSK can kind of agree with that. So, but now with the success of Eric, it should have been, people should have been like, hey, look, we're doing this, we're doing that. You know what I'm saying? Even if it is, we're better than the Ripperverse type shit. You know what I'm saying? Little playful competition. But these people can't even get their books out on time. Okay. You got people that are making you wait 2, 3, 4+ years for a fucking book. You know what I'm saying? And then while Eric, you're worried about Eric's mistakes or misprints or whatever the fuck. And when you got misprints, you're over here trying to cover your ass. You're mad at Eric because he didn't do the method you wanted him to do. And I still think to this day, EVS, if he would have kept his mouth fucking shut, you know what I'm saying, he could have been eaten along with the Ripperverse. been saying that because he had an opportunity, to work with as a cover artist for one of Eric July's books. He did a decent job, but he got greedy and started being stupid, and now nobody fucks with him. You know what I'm saying? And people are bringing that shit out every fucking day. You know what I'm saying? Dick and Vito is trash.
EVS is just a truly trash human being.
I don't know how far back your guys' history goes on Comicscape, but essentially, that's Sonicgate's whole MO is drama farming on somebody in order to get views and clicks and motion. So Eric's their target right now. Someone else pops up and does really good, then they'll start targeting them. If Mark Millar starts doing too well, they'll probably go after him as well. It's just one of those things where they have to have, that's all they have is finding someone to shit on, and they'll shit on anybody. But the thing is, though, is most of it's just bullshit because it's all it is just them trying to create clicks and traffic. Emily said in the chat that a Comicsgate fan said that one of her Ripperverse art videos is awful. Don't take that stuff personally, Emily. That's just anti-Ripper people are just they'll shit on anything that's Ripperverse related. Just don't take it personal. You were doing a Ripperverse drawing, some CG or one of the cult is going to come along and start shitting on you. And don't take it personally and don't let it hurt you too much because none of that stuff really means anything to them. They're just trying to drama farm. You drama farm by talking shit and then trying to start fights. And you see a lot of comic creators do it. Comic skaters do it. The Wheelers do it. There's a lot of people out there whose entire platform is just finding people to get in fights with and to get their clicks and get the algorithm going because that's what Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram like. Twitter especially, they like reactions. So if you do a comment and people heart and speak on it and quote tweet it, it gets you a lot more traction in the algorithm. The downside, is that nothing gets more reaction than picking a fight, saying something or attacking someone, and then you get like 100 responses in 30 minutes from people who are all like, F you, what the hell are you talking about, blah, blah, blah. So that's all these guys are doing. It's just talking shit to get reaction.
Or you shouldn't take it seriously. I was going to add into you guys' point, some of them are just hovering EVS to have that audience to have the support of maybe funding their books. That's how
they're all siphoning off the Comicsgate King audiences. Famous guys who came into that movement and all the indie guys below them, all the guys are just pure Comicsgate that you never heard of, who are doing their first, second comics. Those guys are just siphoning off of Comicsgate King fans. It's a really weird little cause universe where that they're not, they're all just kind of feeding off of each other right now.
Yeah, that's why that's even worse. Is like, you're not even, it's like, you're not even around someone because you generally like them. You're only around them because they have an audience, and do you want to use that audience to leverage your own shit in the future? That's why none of that shit's genuine. That's when you're just an absolute cockroach. Like, there's people that only hang around EVS because he has an audience. They don't even I can guarantee you, there's no way someone will sit here and straight to my face tell me you like that guy. What do you like about him?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what you would like about him. I'm surprised. This is how women don't deserve shit, because there was a woman that actually married that guy. 2 of them. That's how women ain't shit. What woman was like, fucking hell? All the options I got, fucking EVS.
It was how do you know they're just not into frogs?
Shit.
It's one of the worst things about social media is 90% of these motherfuckers wouldn't say that to your face because you get knocked out. You got that keyboard internet safety net, but not like 90%, like 99% of those guys would not get away with saying that shit in front of somebody because they're going to get knocked out. And they're not, so it's one of the annoying things is you get these keyboard warriors and these cult members that just kind of go out and attack. And I mean, the reason why that one guy's video got taken down was because he did a Comicsgate deal and they fucking mass reported him. YouTube shouldn't be allowing that shit where they're allowing the misuse of the report system. It's just it's like it's dealing with a cult. I tell people, like, just stay away from them because it's not worth the fight. You'll never win it, and all they're doing is trying to use you to get marketing out there. So
marketing for there's marketing for what? For nothing. They have nothing to market. That's the bottom line.
They criticize F&T Geeks and Gamers for monetizing outrage and rage baiting. They do the same thing.
Yeah,
been saying the same thing.
Yeah, but they think they're better because they create stuff. When I tell people, literally creating content is creating something. It's just not on the same sphere.
They're not creating anything.
Oh, you're so cool. You can draw on a piece of paper. You're so cool. Yeah, you sit in a fucking room drawing. You're fucking the God's gift. Or fuck off, fat piece of shit out there.
Most of them aren't even really. I'm not even going to lie to you. A lot of their work. I mean, some of them might be decent, but I'm like, a lot of their work ain't that good. Like, I'm not trying to be funny or nothing. Like I said, to me, the way I see it, anybody who sat up here and take the time to do all of that towards Eric July, like, I don't fuck with, because at the end of the fucking day, they're not gonna do anything. They're not doing anything worth of any kind of value. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, what are we fucking doing? I'm not dealing with that shit. Sorry, not really. But I'm not gonna sit up here and keep playing with it. I don't care. You can get mad at me all you want to. I'm not gonna sit up here and keep playing with people that, we're gonna look for something. We don't like Eric July because of this. You can't give me Eric July is destroyed comics for what? For bringing more eyes on.
That's when you know you're dealing with an absolute tourist. If someone says Eric July destroyed comics, you're like, all right, you're just a fucking. You don't know anything about comics. You have to be careful
when someone is farming for reaction that you don't give them what they want, because that if you fuck with them too much, all you're doing is just giving them what they want, giving them their super chats, giving them their clicks and their movement and their responses, and that's what they're going for. So don't allow yourself to be essentially drawn into their bullshit game, because at the end of the day, nothing EVS says can affect what happens with Eric and with the money he's making and how the Ripperverse is growing. And MSK, and EVS has more throw than a lot of people does when it comes to size and history in the business. And even here, you can't touch it. So some little no-name guy who doesn't make anything, who just does shit-talking videos, they can talk shit about you all day long. It doesn't change anything. I know people talk shit about me. Doesn't stop me from making comics. Doesn't stop me from working, because it's just dudes talking shit. None of them would say it to my face. So
right, but at some point you do gotta. I do tell people at some point you do gotta tell, like, some folks you gotta put people in their place, bro. At some point, people can talk all day but at some point there gotta come a time where I'm like, you know what? Because people that's the thing. That's the other thing. They're like, because people are trying to, hit you with this like morality shit. At some point on the internet, you gotta be like, you gotta be crazy, and I'm talking MSK crazy. You feel me? Sometimes
MSK, you gotta know your place.
Oh yeah, or
MSK crazy.
It's also one of these things. It's also one of these things with like comics people. Even after that Yanzi tweet where I was just shit talking her, a lot of them that were following me, they were like, "Oh, I gotta unfollow you because of your racism." It's like, dude, it's fucking trash talk. Yeah.
That shit. Yeah.
Oh my god. Some of the it's cool. I don't care. Like, hey, these people talk about, oh, the leftists and mainstream canceled us because they didn't allow us to say what we wanted. We were just joking. It's just jokes, bro. I was just joking. I'm just trash talking. Oh no, we have to leave you because you're racist. What?
And they're sitting, and the same people that are saying that shit, they're liking the jokes from Comicsgate, talking shit about Eric July, with black jokes.
Mandy, remember that Mandy tweet? She directed at people don't know what that tweet that Mandy did. That was directed at me. I have her blocked. She screenshotted what I said. That's actually directed towards me. She had said something about, because people were talking about Eric July's return policy. Then I told people on Twitter, I don't give a fuck what Eric. I like Eric a lot. I don't care what Eric July's return policy is. I don't even understand. I don't really return items most of the time. I just kind of buy a new one, and then I'll just give that item to maybe someone else if I really like them. I don't know what Eric July's company's return policy is. Never used it. Don't care. I don't know what Amazon's return policy is. I do not give a shit. I just would ask for a refund. If I don't get one by some chance, then I'll just buy the item again later on. And I didn't mean whatever they were talking for as far as my comment to Yanzi, that had nothing to do with Eric Jobs' return policy. Yanzi and Shane are pieces of garbage, and I was just saying you're.
I bet you Eric July's return policy is better than EVS's refund policy.
Yeah,
right.
Eric July's
And the
return
crazy
policy
part is that return policy was a general return policy. That was the general return policy. And he updated it. Well, like I said, they admitted they made a mistake.
Yeah,
they admitted they made a mistake, and they said, and matter of fact, they were actually extremely generous with 60%. What other company is giving you 60% off your next purchase, bro?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Keep in mind, how are we going to act like it's bad to update something in your company? Is it bad to be like, hey, this needs to be updated? I don't think that's a gotcha that people think it is. Is it wrong to update your system?
Yeah.
Like, I don't. That's why I'm almost done with just interacting with those people. Like, I'll shit talk them every once in a while, but god damn, are those people is the fucking dumbest piece of shit ever. Mandy was like, well, you should gatekeep the fuck out of your company from people that are misogynistic. I'm like, first of all, I know more about comics than she'll ever know in my fucking left hand than her fucking whole brain. Her and me having a comic book discussion would not go well for her. I'd smoke the shit out of that stupid retarded donkey looking bitch. But good lord, man. She went full fucking left wing on being misogynistic. Yeah, because I shit talked an Asian person. Yeah, that clearly would make me misogynistic. What? Women logic, the most dumbest logic known to man. Like, that makes no sense. And EVS has called Eric the hard N-word before, but I'm racist.
And they're okay with it.
And they're okay with it too.
EVS, you kidder.
Yeah. I mean, not only that, his underlings. Some of the shit they said about Eric it's really disgusting.
Some of the stuff they said about Eric.
Didn't he say F-U-N?
Right, exactly. Some of the stuff that they said about Eric, they said about Renown Zero, and by extension, some of them are probably they said try to say some shit about me. It's like, bitch, I don't give a fuck.
Well, the Sources sisters, they talked a bunch of shit about them too.
They've been trying. They're mad because they over here looking at titties. And they look at it. I don't know what it is, but men. Some men get mad at they see a woman they can't have and they get mad. That like MSK, what MSK does every day. But imagine what MSK does, but like Comicsgate.
I love it.
You know what I'm saying? Imagine, but Comicsgate that makes it worse. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know you could be misogynistic for trash talking, even though CG apparently loves to trash talk and it's supposed to be jokes. I'm like, well, why is it when I did it, it can't be considered a joke? What the fuck? EVS literally said F-U-N to Eric. He's the F-U-N. Like, what? He also uploaded a picture of him whipping a black monkey. Yeah. But I'm the racist
they do
person.
Artwork that refers that makes him look like a monkey, and it's just it's racist chauvinist trying to tell people not to be racist or chauvinist. It's like, what the hell are you guys talking about? It's just dumb.
That's why I can't take women seriously sometimes.
It's like EVS said that women shouldn't be in comics. Like, they shouldn't write comics. And it's just
shit. I didn't even know he said that.
I know he said that. Yeah, he said he didn't like strange. Yeah, it was originally he didn't like strange women in comics, and then he said all women should be barred from comics, and it's like, oh my god. I mean,
but then now all of a sudden, I bet you would, you little stupid. Hey,
some of the best anime has been written by women though, so I'll give them that.
Some of the best hentai has been written by women too. Like a lot of hentai.
Hey, man, what is wrong with you guys and your hentai? You guys are weird, dude.
I'm just saying, like a lot of porn, like a lot of adult entertainment that people like, it's been written by women.
Don't try to mess with your Dora the Explorer pillow.
Right.
Oh god, man. I should find a tweet before we go. Before you go, Gray, don't worry, man. I'm gonna give you a hug after this.
I'm good.
But I mean, what's better than CG is that rumor that Looney Tune was going to be portraying Zelda. There's no way that's real. That Nintendo, no way in hell will allow a Looney Tune to portray Zelda. I promise you. No,
I've been loving the comments. Like,
if
one guy
people
said
know how disgustingly controlling Japanese companies are, from anime, such as like Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, anything.
Yeah, it's not.
There's literally. If that she Decepticon Troon is Zelda, I'll literally lick my shoe on a stream.
Some of the comments are great. One guy was like, Like she comes with her own master sword.
That's a good one.
Someone said, I think someone said Link discovered he was gay after he met her. Oh God!
Oh shit!
Oh shit!
Oh shit! That's
He said, I think
crazy.
someone said Link will finally start talking when he sees Zelda's been a dude. Oh my God! Keep in
That's
mind,
funny
how are you
as
gonna make it
fuck.
Zelda? Keep in mind, Zelda never. Link doesn't speak. He just kind of
Yeah.
grunts.
Yep.
That's the thing.
We'll
With
have to give him a
crazy.
voice, And this is I believe it's Netflix that's putting this together, isn't it?
I don't remember. I'm not exactly
No.
sure. No, it's probably
Oh
gonna be Nintendo
no!
based.
It's fucking hell. It's gonna be something Universal.
Okay, so it's gonna be a straight up movie. Then
Yeah,
they're not doing...
Universal was asking for that.
Oh,
Those fucking
okay.
exec. It was crazy. This is something that Jin Saska told me at the meetup. So I asked him, because they're like kind of decent looking, so they would get like probably like those dirty, nasty things said to them in like casting calls or whatever. You cast and do all that shit, right?
Yeah.
I asked her, do you guys ever had like the executives from these kind of things hit on you weird when you're doing this stuff? And she's
Yeah.
like, I always have my sister there, so we can kind of protect each other. She said most of them were gay. Most of the dudes in the industry were just taking up the ass. That's what she said. She literally said most of them were gay. Keep in mind that would kind of check out given how all this shit's been coming out recently.
Yeah, a lot of them, yeah.
She
And
said they were all mostly
Hollywood,
gay,
yeah.
but
Hollywood, yeah, that's believable.
but when I hugged Jen, because Sylvie wasn't there, it was just Jen at the meetup. Oh my God, Jen is so soft. You hugged her? Oh my God. Had a nigga fucking minds thinking some shit. Good Lord. She was so soft. I ain't touched a woman in God knows how long, but damn, she was soft.
You didn't tell her that she was soft, did you?
I know.
Okay, because
I
that
don't
makes
think
it
so.
creepy if you tell her.
That would be pretty creepy. Oh, we made a joke about EVS at the meetup. We were something about my dad not being there, and Savage Dad came in and said, "Oh yeah, just like EVS and not delivering his books."
Yeah.
He said it right in front of Jen, and she just laughed, just smirked and left. But I found the tweet before we go. I found it. I found little Mandy Summers one. Fuck this donkey looking ugly ass thought whore bag. So this was my tweet to Yanzi. I said, "You are an Asian woman, so your opinion doesn't matter. Also, don't your people eat dogs?" I was just shit talking her. I don't care about Eric's return policy. I don't give a fuck what he does with his return policy. And then Matt, I told people, she was saying this to me. I have her blocked, so I don't want to hear this. I want to hear some e-thought talk to me. It's like, you're a woman. Your opinion don't matter for shit, honestly. When gatekeep the fuck out of your company backfires into racism and misogyny for simply questioning that company's return policy, keep in mind, what did I say right there implied I was shit-talking Yancey for the return policy? Nothing here implies that. Not a single. This is how you know you're dealing with some low IQ bitch.
But see, if anybody's ever like interacted with your posts, right, or seen how you post, they wouldn't know that a lot of your shit is just like
I'm just trash talking.
Shit posting. You're literally shit posting because you would literally say some off the wall ass shit, and it's just like you. Not only do you say off the wall shit, it's off the wall shit, and you just leave it there, and it's just gone. That's it, and then you go to the next thing.
Imagine,
you know what I'm saying? It's random. It's a random one-liner or two-liner sentence.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then it's gone, and it's like it's a regular occurrence.
Maybe not asking your customers to respond like this would be better for business. Eric didn't tell me to do anything. I forgot when I sent this tweet. I'll have to look it up. I sent this tweet maybe at like 10 o'clock at night when I'm on my bed, just chilling on my phone.
Yeah, I laughed when I read this tweet. I was just shaking my head. It's like,
I was just on my bed, just chilling.
Damn it,
like,
MSK, bro.
What a dumb broad. How in the world did you get all of that from this return policy? I mentioned goddamn one thing about return policy in this tweet. Also, I wouldn't represent Rippaverse anyway, even though I've read and reviewed some of the books. How would I represent the entirety of the Rippaverse? Then by that logic, Mandy, you represent all the CG with your cam whore videos that you've been doing for all those dudes, right? You must represent CG. Apparently about what everything you did. Fucking hell. That's why you don't argue with women. Women are dumb as fuck, man. Logic, sub 5 IQ whore that I'm fucking talking about. Oh my God. But those, I'm not gonna lie, those comments that under that post, I was laughing at some of them. Some of them, I like trash talk. Some of them were pretty fucking funny. One of the CG guys was like, I'm gonna unfollow MSK, not into racism. All right.
Right. You mean the same CG, but you follow the same CG people that are doing racism.
It's the same white guy that got mad at Eric for doing some stupid shit.
What stupid shit did he do? Eric
Oh, not Eric. It was fucking hell. He got mad at Eric for saying something to him that was pretty obvious, and it was so gay. Oh my god, dude! So many people on CG are just trash. Here was the oh my god, these comments. I had to block some of these people because they're just so damn cringe. Oh my god. 18,000 views. Holy fucking shit. Oh my god. Jeez. What did I do? I got these people bent out of shape for a few days. And it's just trash talk. I'm just shit talking. I don't care about this lady. This lady is come on. All you people out there went to defend her. She wouldn't care if you like straight up literally drop dead right now. She wouldn't give a fuck about you. Literally, if you Shane and her, if you literally die, if people in CG started dropping like flies. What was that song Drake had? Let the bodies hit the floor. If your body started hitting the damn floor right now, dead, they won't give a fuck. They wouldn't care. All you fucking trash, retarded CG people are like, oh, I gotta come and defend this 60-year-old Asian woman who's post-wall, looking like she all dried up, all fried up eggs and shit. Have to white knight for her. Have to white up for this chow mein eating bitch. This bitch.
Why is she gonna eat chow mein?
Oh my god!
I told her it's better if you just go work at Panda Express, serving me some orange chicken and some chow mein and some fried rice. That's what you'll be better at. You can pick my crops too. It's all good though.
If this was like 3 years earlier, you'd be getting me canceled right now.
I'm just saying, like, all these CG people went, oh, we must defend the honor of Yanzi, the dried up 60-year-old burnt up eggs, no uterus bitch who dates Shane Davis, the biggest crackhead of all time. What the hell? Get the fuck out of my timeline, you fucking worthless, dumb, retarded idiots. Still was like, I get you aren't a huge CG fan, but this isn't right, man. Trust me. Someone made a racist statement about you. I will be defending you right now. I just said it's trash talk. I was all good fun.
Yeah.
That's all I said.
Yeah.
I've seen how you've talked about some CG members. I'm pretty good at spotting for fun and serious. Doesn't seem
obviously,
like
bro. Obviously not.
Yeah.
Obviously, you don't know how MSK works. I'm
yeah,
just
yeah,
like,
yeah, Phil.
that,
You can just read my mind. You can just read my mind and understand how I'm talking.
Like you can't.
Fun.
Like I'm not even trying to be funny, but like you can't even see how like, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't even. Like these people are fucking stupid. And Ripoff versus stupid ass. His little crackhead ass look.
Oh, I should block that. That guy's retarded and Asian. Don't your people eat each other? Why so racist to protect someone as awful as Eric July? What? How many men have you had? This is how you know these guys are so fucking gay. This guy always replies, "How many dudes have you fucked?" None, because I'm not a fucking homosexual. This is why your dad never came back. Some of these are pretty funny.
Oh, fuck no. Hey, no. RNG Carl. Hey, that RNG Carl.
Carl's retarded, yeah.
He's straight up retarded because he's always going after fucking Leon from Bolt to Word. You know what I'm saying?
Fatherless
Leon
behavior from a black guy. Yeah, and that's not a racist stereotype, right? Because
but you know,
if I'm racist, then you just spout racist stereotypes at me. Well, what does that make you? But you know, logically,
perhaps he's familiar with your content, though.
Yeah, they must defend the honor of an Asian woman who works at Panda Express making chow mein. I must save my rice. I must get my orange chicken made hot fresh. Shut up.
I mean, the Beijing beef is pretty slamming, though.
That teriyaki beef is fire as fuck. I eat that shit all the time. No one's trying to get this Wong Ching Chong chow mein bitch from Rush Hour 2 on their timeline. Get the fuck out of here. She looked like that old dude from Rush Hour. The whole greasy shit. I don't want no box of grease. That look her brother. That'll be your brother if we're being honest here.
Ain't no punk bitch.
That's her brother. Ain't no punk bitch. That's fucking hell, man. I know, right? They don't even season their chicken. What? What's this supposed to be? That one I laughed. I was like, what the fuck?
Like, right? You can't even make no sense.
Someone gave me a cockroach and a box of KFC.
No, it's a cricket. They're calling you.
That's a night cricket.
Okay.
No, they're calling you a moon cricket, and that's actually low key racist. So
yeah,
it's not low key.
I'm trying to be. Look, another one. They're called There
you go.
Yeah,
I have never actually heard of
the
that
fun
one.
part. The fun part. The fun part is you can actually
slaves,
report,
right? Oh yeah, slaves.
The fun part is a lot of this stuff is it can be reported, but like
yeah,
you know, I take I can laugh. It's all good fun sometimes. Calm down.
No. But if they could, no, I'm just saying some of these people like to run their mouth. Some of them, just saying. Oh look! Oh no! More
Oh,
racism.
black guy eating chicken. I love fried chicken. I don't care. Your ancestors
Right.
were sold by smarter black people. Well, yeah. Oh, thank you for telling me what I already know. Oh, then apparently, I'm just putting out right now. I'm gonna play the video. Shane went and told Irene Strakowski that she's Asian and she ate her cat, not her good cat, this wet juicy one. I'm gonna talk about the real cat. Yeah, apparently I can't make Asian lady jokes, but Shane can. Here, just play this. I don't know if I can play this on YouTube, but here. I think this is muted for a second. Let me bring her up. Just as long as we're keeping receipts. Also, thank you, Alfredo, for this one. Thank you. Just hear this.
I don't think you are because you're a lonely cat lady.
Oh my fucking god! I don't even have a cat. I'm just a lonely lady, Shane. Are you happy?
Because you bait them, because they're on the menu, you don't have it.
Yeah, that's right. Am I the object of your anger now? You're just gonna take it all out on me.
Just pointing out, you know, they made their own Asian lady jokes too. Shane did. He's married to an Asian woman. He made some jokes himself to another Asian lady.
That's crazy. You know,
that's insane.
What's that saying? That's always been said. If it wasn't for double standards.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Ripitards are racist. Who would have guessed? That's what one of them said to me.
What's a ripitard?
I don't even know what they're making up words now.
Yeah.
You're black, so your opinion is an impressive low IQ Saharan.
Right, and all those accounts probably don't have like anything as far as like followers. They don't show their face. They don't have nothing. Man, Bearwolf's stupid ass can shut the fuck up.
Yeah, Bearwolf's retarded. Oh my goodness, these guys. SJW called us bigots. Also, these guys. Lombarsi's trash. Do you like chicken? That's all Shane just said. Do you like chicken?
And
I think, yeah.
Well, I mean, I love chicken.
And then I said, I fucking love chicken. Just had some tonight. Did your wife make you chow mein tonight for dinner? Because, you know, fucking retarded idiot. What in the... What is that?
that is just retarded, bro.
God.
Check it out, it's Black Yoshi.
Yeah, these people.
Grok, explain this tweet. As you can literally go read the tweet, you dumb low IQ idiot.
And then try to use grok to but in patois, like it's fucking stupid. Like these people are stupid, bro.
Hey, Grok, can you translate these two tweets that I could just go see myself? Yes. Fucking low IQ retard. I made an archive link in case he tries to delete the evidence. Go. Okay, keep it. Okay, I'm not deleting shit. Oh, you got me.
Apparently,
I was trash talking.
Guys have never watched your show because
I was trash talking. Poor baby.
They literally sit up here and just be jerking off to some of that stuff, bro. These people are weird. People are weird, bro.
Okay. All right, these guys because they suck off Shane and that chow mein fucking woman that he considers a wife.
But it's okay for them. It's okay for them to.
Dude, the thing I wanted to tell him was the thing I wanted to tell her as a clap back was like I think it was I was gonna tell her Jackie Chan called he wants his eyesight back. I think that would have got me in fucking woo. That got like 100,000 views right there. Oh, keep. Oh God, but yeah. Speaking of wrap up the show, Gray, you got any plans coming up that you like to let the audience know about?
I'm looking for an excuse as to why I can't be here on Monday and possibly Wednesday of next week. But other than that, I got nothing else going on. Just looking for those excuses.
Yeah, you got Tankers tomorrow, and I know you're gonna give me an exclusive invite tomorrow, right?
Good point. Yeah, you were exclusively invited not to show up MSK, but anybody else who wants to check out the Thinkers, go over to YouTube at That Darn Kidda. It's people from like 4 different countries getting together, disagreeing about everything, usually leaving amicably, except for the last few weeks. But yeah,
and that was your fault.
Talking about true. What can I say? The waffle debate got really intense. Yeah, I think we're doing like Jordan Peterson's versus Atheists tomorrow or something like that. But yeah, if you want an international take, go on over to YouTube at That Darn Kidda tomorrow night for The Thinkers. That's about all I got going on. What about you, Warren? You got anything to announce? Your second stream?
Episode 2 is coming up this Sunday on YouTube. It'll be at 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And my special guest for episode 2 will be the one and only Miss Sparkles. And I will be drawing a picture of Stitch choking and beating up baby Gorgu, which I'll be sending to her after the stream. So yeah, check us out. That's what I've been wanting to do with the show, is like have like one person on per week and to talk about art and talk about and work on some stuff. So along those lines. So check us out on Sunday on my YouTube channel. Be with guest appearance by Miss Sparkles at 8 o'clock.
Nice.
Yep. Awesome. As you guys know, for myself, I'm going to have a MSK show tomorrow with Mugen Lord. It's going to be his third appearance in the show.
Nice. Shout out to him.
Cloud9 podcast. Then I have me and Warren Friday. Then I have 2 one-on-ones for Saturday and Sunday. So, yep. Going to have the week full of content and quality. But yeah, what in the world is going on here?
What did you do?
Oh, no. Just too much stuff.
You were trying to end the show, and then,
I get distracted by looking at get distracted by looking at hot women constantly when I try to end the show. But yeah, we had a great
women.
We had great time tonight. Great episode with me and Savage Jad. Great time with the boys tonight. We always talk. I can keep in mind. I tell you this. I really do love women, but when women act stupid, I'm not one of those. I'm gonna brag for your attention. Everything you say is true, ma'am. That ain't me. Fuck that. Go suck. You can lick the.
No, you're retired from women.
Yeah, I'm retired from women. You can lick the fattest part of my ass when a girl talk to me that way. Fucking hell, dig my shit out. Give me a reach around or some shit. But
Not a reach around.
That's Tuesday. Oh fuck, it's Thursday. Damn.
It's Wednesday.
True.
Y'all living in the past. It's Thursday right now.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
that's true.
Well,
yeah.
West Coast, it's still. We got a couple minutes left.
Y'all.
Oh yeah, I'd eat Pearl's ass just digging that shit out blind.
She's like 6'2". You would look like a carry-on.
Fucking great. I love tall women are hot as hell.
You can have Pearl.
Tall women are hot as hell,
talking about. Wait,
Pearl
you talking
Davis,
about
right?
Pearl Davis? Is you talking about the one that was like
You wouldn't destroy her?
No, she's mid as fuck, bro. Like not even close.
You could put a bag over her head.
Not even
like
no, sir. Absolutely not. Y'all can have that one. It's always no. You can have it. That's
she looks like a high school softball player.
She does play volleyball.
There's that homeschooled kind of
second
like
string
softball homeschool,
right off the bench type shit.
Yeah. Like the only time you see her is during the softball season because the rest of the time she's being homeschooled.
Oh, I got blocked by I got blocked by Melanie Mack for calling her an e-thought after what she was saying about Sydney Sweeney. Because she was like, Sydney Sweeney's a whore because she didn't want to get married. And I was like, oh, okay, fair enough then. I do kind of agree. But what about you? Why aren't you married then? For use that logic, then she blocked me. It's like right when you turn women logic against them, block. It's all right, cool. One less worthless e-thought to fucking talk to. Jesus Christ.
Like I said, ever since she blocked me for laughing at that meme that
she
Leon
made.
She
blocked you for laughing. You didn't even say
She blocked me for that meme was funny, okay? I'm not gonna lie, that meme was funny. That meme with her, it was that meme, that 5 guys around that one girl. Lunchbox Warren. I'm explaining this to Warren because Warren doesn't know, probably may not know the meme of that one young girl that's sitting on the couch with her legs crossed, and then there's like 5 black guys in the back.
Oh yeah.
That's exactly what it was. I was just like, yeah, so somebody made a meme. Leon made a meme of it with like it was her sitting on the couch, and it was like who was on that damn picture? It was fucking the Quartering, Razor Fist, and a few other people, and I thought that shit was fucking funny. And that's it. And I got blocked for laughing. I'm like, ooh, somebody can't take a joke. I was like, that's fine by me. I was like, people can sit up here and try to talk about how I look and laugh. Okay. See, that's what's wrong with you. That's why that bitch is getting cooked. She over here looking like she's trying to relive her preteen years for God now. I'm an angsty preteen for Jesus. He told me to call y'all guys the F slur. Shut your stupid ass up.
She was like, she's like, I don't want naked chicks in gaming, as she literally promoted for most random games. She promoted that shit in. I was like, you're just a liar. That's when you can tell you're someone's a grifter. I don't even like using that word. She literally is a grifting, lying piece of shit. She literally is fake as hell. That is completely a fake person.
It's all click farming. You know, clicks start getting low, say something crazy, and get a bunch of people riled up.
Fucking stupid, and they don't have nothing all. And the crazy part is they don't have anything to offer.
Yeah, she was caught in 4K. She was like, I don't promote women and jiggle physics. She promoted Stellar Blade. She promoted to be uncensored, which would be boobs bouncing. I don't like she's not that. Women aren't that stupid where they don't know that stuff. God, man. Oh my. Thank God she blocked me. I blocked her too. Fuck that. That's just no. Women L constantly. Me W's. So yeah, thank you guys for checking out this episode of the MSK Show.